our die rolling. We are usually 6, but today 5 adventurers from the southwest of England. One of our party is otherwise engaged, unfortunately. We've got a couple of weeks off because of illness and work commitments and COVID and all these bits and pieces, but we're all here fighting fit, mostly. And here to play Dungeons and... Oh no, hang on, 1 second.
Hang on.
Dungeons, hang on, we'll do that again.
Dungeons.
Where are we? Dungeons and Dragons.
Hello, boys. Pink lemonade?
Mom!
And we're back.
Back.
Such an abrupt conversation.
Finish that later.
We will, in the half time.
So we've decided to skip recaps because, at least in the short term, because our recapper has quite a bad cough.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
So he's going to be doing this episode through mime.
Yeah.
And B, you can just watch the last episode. That's the recap, isn't it?
Do that.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's just a scrap anyway, wasn't it?
I will, though, set the scene once again. We are in the shadow of a small, but still immense bell, itself broader than the building. Polished brass struts support the dark brown brickwork of the Augurs of Nell's study of Cowl, which is where we find ourselves. A small tower in the rear left corner of the building juts out above an otherwise arched roof. Great wooden double doors form the main entrance. And the building from the outside is otherwise simple, lacking ornate decoration that one might expect from a building of this grandeur. We're inside the study, and things have been slightly chaotic, let's put it that way. Our party find themselves approaching a roaring black fire, which is emanating from the top, I guess, mezzanine of this study. Having just battled a number of bandits of sort with their tongues all cut out. Elantrix has just arrived, if you recall, and she is imploring you to save the archives of this study.
Sildon pretended in front of her to be an Augur of Nell. I'm pretty sure she believed him. So he's actually going to help
That's correct.
to maintain. Pretended is such a childish word. He pretended. He's impostering. I don't know what the adult way of saying that is. Impersonating. Thank you. Imposturing. But yeah, so he's going to go and help, I guess.
So the last thing you'd done was catch up with the fleeing archer.
That's right.
If you recall, that was just escaping down toward the main entrance.
No witnesses.
And there was a coup de grace that took place. You find yourselves, well, the last room that a few of you were gathered in was the large table to the room, to the 3 rooms on the right hand side of this main garden area with the 2 statues, and you were in the middle of the 2 rooms on the right hand side, the big round table at one end, and they'd attempted to barricade the doors up, if you recall, as Thorinir had been blocking them with radiant energy. And I guess your party is sort of spread between the central chamber and that room at the moment.
Cool.
If you were to look at Felix right now, it's pretty bloodied. been beat up
Okay.
from that combat with multiple blue painted men. Just that one.
A refresher on the two rooms you find yourself in. So this main central garden of study, contain all this different flora. These two big patches of flower beds, shrubberies in the middle. These blues and indigos. You've got the black smoke emanating at the top of the staircase above you, just pluming out now, and the doors have been blown open after you managed to get in there earlier, Zolan, and cascaded down the staircase.
Did you try and open it and it exploded?
Can't. Yes, I think once all of the other doors opened, I ran upstairs to check if the main door had also been unlocked, and I think at that point they had come loose, and I got blasted down the stairs.
So it went boom. So something went boom in there.
But we know it was pretty smoky in there.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on.
Okay.
This main room also contained the 4 statues of the different races: the Osai, the dwarf, the elf, and the horned elf that you'd investigated at either end of the.
That was one of the side
Shrubbery.
rooms, wasn't it?
That was the main central room, but there were also some more statues in the third room on the left-hand side, which you looked very similar.
Had a peep. Yeah, a little peep.
And then the room to the right-hand side that a few of you are residually in, where you fought with the archer and the other 2 barricaded behind the door, is just strewn with just papers and scrolls and all over the place on the walls, all spread out on the floor and on the tables, just everywhere.
Any fire in there?
There's no fire down here.
And you say black flame. You don't mean a room that's blackened, that's on fire. You mean a black flame.
The fire, which is quite, at this point, it's sort of roaring from this entrance. There's flickers all around this corridor. It emits black flame. So,
It's not hot, is
I was gonna
it?
say-
No heat.
and that's right. Yeah, you detect no temperature from it, but
We do struggle to breathe in it.
and also
yeah,
you did
it
get a burning sensation as you were hit with it down the stairs.
Oh.
Oh. Cold.
Maybe. Frostburn.
The pocket flame.
So we're not getting in that way.
Atlantrix is sort of heading toward the main top building
Okay.
at the moment.
And that is towards the Black Flames, right? Yeah, that is. Yay.
Kilden's going to keep his head down. He's going to watch to see what Lantrix does. See, she'll probably know what the procedure is when something's burning with black flame and you need to save your books.
Sure.
So I'm going to keep an eye on her to see if there's something that we should be doing.
So she turns back around to you. She's, "Help me!" And particularly towards yourself, Silden, as you've persuaded her that you're one of her.
Absolutely.
And she's going up the stairwell, sort of partly shielding herself from
Go
this
straight in.
flame, and going to the right-hand side before the door.
Okay.
If you recall, there was a sort of balcony
Yeah.
that ran along the width and beyond the building, and then they disappeared into 2 corners. One of the corners led to the outer wall of the tower, and the other corner led to another door, which is where she's heading toward now.
That's what I'm trying to melt with acid. We
Felix,
didn't get
Felix
through.
smashed a massive bit out.
Yeah.
Okay. Sylvan's going to follow on, but turn around to the other guys and just do a micro shrug, sleight of hand shrug to be like, I don't know what's happening, and continue on after her. A micro shrug, just enough for you guys to see it.
Cool, Felix will follow.
Yeah, we'll do a shrug back and a follow.
Interestingly, you've all lost sight of Malcolm
Oh,
Classic.
chaos!
Got me drunk.
in the chaos. Yeah, last you saw him, he was apprehending the archer that was
yeah.
fleeing. That's the last you saw of him.
No witnesses.
The coward.
We should take him out.
So you're following Elantrix.
Yep.
Come this way. She turns around. Black fire. What is this?
You want to do magic use, I was hoping you could shed some light on this.
And she's still running around the side. I've never seen this before. And she keeps going around the side of the building. There's a number of thin columns that she's sort of weaving in and out and around. And there's this right angle turning that heads north as she gets to the edge of the building. And then as you proceed down the passageway another 40 or so feet, there's a smaller door, which was the one you guys were trying to break down previously. She gets up to it and easily slides it open at this point.
Embarrassing.
And she kind of looks around the corner as she goes in, pushes the door open, and then continues into this room.
Did she looked all angry about the hole burning it?
You couldn't see her face. You follow her into the room?
Yeah, someone's going to peer in first and make sure it's not filled with, tongueless attackers or black fiery tentacles.
Yeah.
I think Felix is probably going to elbow Zolan and be like, "Have you got anything for these wounds at all? I'm not looking."
If somebody has a healing pot, right? It's not me.
That's entirely useless information for me.
I think Malcolm's got
I
one.
was going to say someone's got a greater healing potion. I'm sure we ended up getting something from somewhere, and I can't remember who had it.
You don't remember, you've lost it. It's another rule.
Possibly, yeah, I guess so.
That's why nobody gives me anything.
Atlantrix turns to you and says, "You need healing?"
Yes. I mean, look at me. And there's like patches of, where its fur's just red with blood and it's all flat. I look terrible.
Okay, she's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked.
So you can say just little bold spots.
Yeah, she's casting Cure Wounds on you, which I don't remember offhand.
Hang on. I've got a thing for that.
2 something plus something.
I want to say 1d8 plus 2,
I think you're right.
somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
it's a healing pot. 1d4, is it?
I've lost my player's handbook.
Oh no!
1d8 plus your spell casting modifier.
That's
mod.
And hers.
Unless you're casting at a higher level of second slot or higher.
Okay, hers is plus 4.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, that's just, yeah.
Roll yourself a big one. Big 8. Check.
3.
Lovely.
Plus 4.
3.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
No problem.
What does that look like?
She has a shield with her, and the pale symbol of Ophidia again just lightly glows up. As she stretches her hand out towards you, utters a few words quietly to herself, and a light magical energy graces your entire body.
I greatly appreciate this. In fact, if I give myself a little stretch, he's going to stretch his arms, flex his little muscles, pop his little belly a little bit. I think I can keep on going. And he's going to do his second wind.
Hey!
8 plus 5, awesome.
Sweet. So as you look into the room, so you're the first one, you notice a room which is roughly maybe 45 feet laterally, east to west, and 25 feet north to south.
Okay.
Within the room are a number of writing desks with a stool next to each of them. There's a few bits of parchment, nothing like as much as in the other room. There's also a very obvious big tome book on the centre of one of these tables. There's about 6 or 7 of these tables. There's also a door to the left-hand side, the far left wall as you enter. And as you take a step in, presuming you're going to take a step in,
Presume so.
a
Flying
pit.
daggers.
As you take a step in, it's very obvious. There's another door on the near side wall, the same side that you've entered from, just a little further to the left-hand side.
Okay.
And again, as this room is more featureless than the previous rooms that you were in, certainly in the walls, there is another one of these cranks that unlock the doors previously. This one has a key already in it. The other very notable thing is that from underneath the room on the left-hand side, There's a decent amount of black smoke pluming from underneath it.
Cool.
Not so much from the one on the near side, the side that you've just come in from.
Okay.
Um,
Black flame on the other side of that door.
Go to where I'm coming through. We can have a look.
So Lantrix sort of heads towards the south door, the one that isn't smoking.
It was a good choice.
And
Of the two.
yeah. Ready?
What are we doing?
We have to save the archives. This is the most important scholarly centre in the whole of Asher.
Brief us. What do we do? We're gonna open the door. What do we want? What do you want us to do when you open the door?
Save everything.
Pick up and run.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
And
I'm
she
confused.
goes to the crank and turns it. Similarly to previously, there's a little mechanical motion. You hear some clicks, clearly from the two doors that are in the room, and she kind of looks around to see if anyone wants to go first.
You're aware of the assailants? You did see the death and destruction in the hallway back there, right?
I saw.
That's fine then. I was just checking you were aware. Because you just ran off, and
Thank you, Zoe.
that's okay. No worries.
He's going to elbow his way through everyone's legs, and he's like, I'm through much, but it's going to be fine. I'll go first.
Okay.
But crossbow, longbow, knives, range weapons, please,
Okay.
at the ready.
So just approximately. So you're in front.
Yeah.
She's sort of stood to one
So he's
side.
going to get
of
like
the
a
wall.
running, like somebody's about to run 100 meters, but with a sword over their shoulder.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not joking. I can do this.
I'm not going to wait for tongueless people.
Okay. Just behind. And you two.
Oh, like, it's a
Just-
control.
You're-
Have that.
You're at the back. Yeah, that's unusual.
Selden will knock his crossbow, but he'll keep it under the robe he's using. So he'll
Okay.
keep a slight hand to hand.
Sure.
Slight hand, it's under there.
No problem.
The street piece.
Suspicious bump.
Yeah.
So, you're readied for tongueless people.
Something who looks mean.
Tongueless.
Someone who looks mean.
Someone who looks tongueless. Or the other type.
Okay. So as you
Is that the readying attack
Yeah.
description?
as she sort of slides the door and lets you keep your hands free, and as she does so, somebody low down sort of falls towards Felix. To react, you'd have to do it instantly before you really have a chance to decide who they might be.
Yeah, fine.
Sure.
Shoot at them.
I'm shooting at them.
Okay, fine. Do it. So it
loaded.
will be disadvantaged just because they're in a
It's
like
Jingo.
knee height, so they're kind of crouched.
Oh, jeez.
Or actually, rather than disadvantage, Carl. No, take your first roll. I'll
Okay.
give them half cover, which is +2 to AC.
Okay, well then it is...
Are we doubling down? Is everyone letting off a shot?
18.
18. You certainly hit this body of an Augur of Nell, which sort of falls out. It was already dead. It falls down and slumps kind of directly into you, Felix. It was clearly resting against the door, and as the door was slid open, it sort of fell quite heavily, like a dead weight.
Felix
into
is
you.
going to play a little joke. Oh, you're fine, you've killed it. What have you done?
Does it have a tongue?
Does it have a tongue?
As you look at the body, it now has an additional arrow nestled within it.
He wants to
In the tongue.
Paw. He wants to check if they've got a tongue.
Yeah, they do have a tongue.
They've got a tongue.
They
You've killed a friendly combatant.
as you look into this room, it's just slightly smaller than the previous one. You're in very similar size, just a little narrower, left east to west. Within there, aside from this elven augur that has clearly fallen, expired, not from your actions, Thorin, you'll be pleased to hear.
I knew I sensed the way it was falling, and it just seemed ghostly, like the undead.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's no way to tell if,
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
it's
it wasn't the
been
final blow.
I didn't want a zombie to get it.
This room is very smoky, but not quite the same level as like the main entrance was, or certainly not as much as is coming from underneath the other doorway. It's residual smoke rather than increasing plumages of smoke. It's black smoke specifically rather than grey smoke as well. So very odd coloration.
Is there any windows in there?
There are no windows in this room.
That's unfortunate.
There's the door you've come through on the north side, and there's a door on the west side of this room. There is within there. There's next to the west door. Some augur's robes appear to have been pushed up, almost like a draft excluder,
Yeah. Stop the smoke.
to try and stop the smoke. Yeah.
Poor bastard.
And there's a table in the middle. This is the cartographer's study. And she points down to the table. Take this. And she runs over to the table. It doesn't look like anything's been fire damaged in here. This looks like everything in here is okay.
Is it a map?
And she hands to you.
Elantrix, Zolan's got a mystical bag that you can literally throw whatever you want in there. There's no problem.
That's a secret.
She hands to you.
Sildens grab that for sure.
Put it in the bag.
Elandrix, you don't have a fire alarm system, do you? Do you have any protocol for if this happens? I would have thought you have a protocol, right? What do we do?
Hang on. Bear with me.
Oh,
He's looking for the Zelda.
oh the map. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun, dun.
nice. I like it.
Jack, you're such a pro.
Look at that.
There is no precedent for this, Zolan. We have not planned for this.
How have you not planned for this?
Do you plan for black fire in the Gnomish Academy?
Well,
Normal fire.
Normal fire.
okay, what do we need to do?
This isn't the time, Zolan.
Where do we need to go?
So she looks. Yeah. So also in this room, you've got this large table. Again, there's a few stools. There's a lot of writing material, parchment. But clearly, everything in here, as she tells you, is a cartographer's. Is cartography based. Different cartographers' tools and writing implements and rules and similar. This, we believe, is the only map in Asher.
Of Asher?
She.
Maps are incredibly rare.
Are they?
Elves.
It's unfinished. Keep it safe. She.
Is this worth a
Gimme.
fortune?
Gimme.
I've no idea
Right
if the resolution's good enough on Twitch to actually be able to make this map.
When you're
hang.
looking at Felix holding the map, you start to realise
Is
like
that-
just how greasy his beard is, and like how there's like water dripping off it because he's really, and he's like talking to himself with just like open mouth, just drooling so close to this map.
She's confusing my eyes because is that printed creases? That's not really crease, is it?
Just don't look at the back.
So what?
Don't look at the back. She grabs a few other just parchments and bits and pieces. She's clearly in a complete panic, just trying to grab things off the wall, stuff them into her robe.
Is there anything else that seems to be of value in this room, map related?
So you, by all means, give me an investigation roll.
I think I might.
I'll assist in this for you, Ollie.
Well, Stuart's not around to rob the dead, so we need to, need to keep it up. Investigation. So it's a advantage with an assist? And,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to need it.
Keep that microach in line with the edge of the
Hey,
table.
15.
Let's follow a little bit closer.
15.
Just following our
Investigation.
previous.
15. There are lots and lots of scraps. It would take you quite a long time to properly
Where's the academy?
evaluate whether any of it's relevant. By all means, you can just stuff stuff in your pockets
Yeah.
if you'd like to, but there's too. There's
take
this
a long
clear
time,
one
doesn't it?
central big map, and it's much bigger than this. Obviously, that's on A4, but it's a good sized sheet of paper. This big piece of work they've been working on parchment,
Not a lot of information on that, Landrix, is there?
and all the other information.
Oh, right, I was going to say.
It's clear, like they're clearly compiling lots and lots of elements from all of these tiny little
been
scraps,
added,
little drawings, little annotations all over the walls.
There's nothing immediately that relates to, like, bases of power of the elves or anything like that.
Probably not from a 15. You wouldn't be able to extrapolate
That's fine.
that amount because, like I say, you there's picture thousands of scraps of paper all around the room.
Cool. Got you. That's
Um,
fine. I don't think I'll pick anything up.
I really need a UR here. Are we on that mountain?
No,
Don't know.
we're here.
Later. And
Here, I thought of it. Have a look.
Smoky, you can't tell.
Don't light it.
Do we split up?
To do what? What do you need us to do?
Get things.
I
Yeah,
got. He's the one with the magical bag. Like I can't carry anything. I got this great sword. It's heavier than I am.
Have you got any more rooms we need to...
Yes.
Where? Point us in that direction.
Up.
Is that
The
the
tower.
fire?
The tower.
Let's go. I'll head towards the tower.
I
Okay.
follow him.
Come on, let's go.
So she looks through this.
Sildon's going to make a show of like grabbing one of the robes and make it into like a makeshift bag and like starting to collect all the scraps into it.
Thank you. And as you are you using the robe that was like the draft excluder?
Yeah.
So as you pull that away, there's clearly this big inrush of this black smoke, and it was definitely it was actually been quite effective in
Not anymore.
in stopping this permeating
Permeating.
the room.
Felix sees what you're doing over his shoulder, and he's like, "Oh, that's a genius idea." So he's going to take some of the material, and you're like old like Dick Whittington kind of thing. So he's going on the end of his sword.
Yeah.
He's going to tie a bag, and he's going to put as much kind of paper in whatever, and he's going to randomly select paper, and that paper is going to be papers 60. We'll find out what they are later. They can be whatever you want to be, Jack.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, a McDonald's leaflet.
You're starting to cough now.
Free Big Mac.
The Monopoly. Oh, yes.
You're probably starting to cough a bit now and splutter, so it's perfectly in character for you today. That's
Yeah,
why I
feel
wasn't
free to
wor-
cough.
That's why I
Cough
wasn't
as much
worried.
as you
Thank you. It doesn't hurt so much when I talk really low.
Oh, I've got to get rid of this map, haven't I? Hang on.
Nope.
It's just your face.
That's what you look like now.
Yeah.
You should have made it vibrate with your speaking.
Yeah, like a little mouth.
As you
Special effects.
so yeah, you're starting to cough. You can sense
Oh, it's not good.
that going in the next room is going to be problematic for you all. So she looks again at you. Are we ready?
Yeah.
I think we take a deep breath.
Sildon's going to stealthily as he can whisper to Felix, "How long are we going to keep up with this facade? Why don't we save all this stuff? This place is burning down. We need to get the hell out of here.
I know, but Bellatrix was really nice to us, and it's the least we can do is at least comfort her.
We shouldn't die for a little paper.
I threw some papers in my bag, but it's fine.
Mind you, this map is probably worth...
How much do you reckon this paper is worth?
Depends, I can't value it here, but we probably should.
Do you know who it's worth most to? These people.
That's true.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
I'm going to ready. I'm not going to ready another arrow. But I am going to fill my cheeks like a hamster
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Druid craft puff of 30-foot air.
Oh,
Nice.
Knock it out of the 30 feet of air.
I like it.
Fine, no worries. The
puff power.
she says to you, if you can only get one thing, the high study, at the top, there's a book in there.
Let's freaking go then.
What? Hang on, what does it look like?
It's the only book in there.
What? Then we go.
Sprint.
Yeah.
And she again sort of looks at you all, waits for sort of some nod or indication.
One
that
last
you're
thing. Is that how high is this tower?
ready. It was the one you saw from outside, and so you'd estimate it was 2 or 3 stories.
Okay. I've heard tell of gnomes with special hats that can fall from great heights and not hurt themselves.
I don't know if that spell has been unprepared.
Do you
Let
have
me
any
just
of
check
those?
for you.
It might
if
be
that was
important.
in my prepared list.
Boy, you can let
no,
one out.
we do not
Anyway,
have Featherfall
'cause
at
it's
the
a
moment, I'm
cantrip.
afraid. No, we've got some grease, so we can slide down the stairs.
The gods are not in our favour. Let's go.
No.
Right, I'd like you to.
I can
all-
probably get up there and scale down the outside of the building.
It's nice for you.
It's fine, we'll make it. It's going to be a
If
fight.
there's a way out at the top, there is.
You quite
I assume there's
like the
windows.
auger.
She's opening the door.
Okay.
For those of you who want to follow her, instantly it's obvious this smoke is not going to be particularly breathable. Can you all tell me your con? I'd like your con mod, please. Your con modifier.
9 million. It's not going to be that high.
+1.
Yeah,
okay.
+1.
Okay.
I've got a +3.
You're a chunk.
Oh, I'm a stout little
Well, that's
lad.
'cause you're low.
+3.
I am
+2.
allowed. I can hold my breath.
+2.
Yeah. Is it is the outside of the tower quite rough or very smooth? I'm imagining like a smooth limestone, which is not very climbable. Pit on.
The outside, if you give me,
I mean, if you want some batons.
it was. I don't know if you took that in or not. If you give me just give me a wisdom check to see if you paid attention to it.
I probably didn't.
Base level wisdom. I guess it's your passive wisdom, isn't it?
I rolled it, and it's only a 6. My passive
no, I'll take the
is
passive wisdom.
13.
Yeah, I'll take that. So,
If you'd like to ask, I did purposefully look at the craftsmanship. So, I mean, if you don't, you can choose to ask if you want to.
There you go.
I did go over to inspect.
It's just whether we're going to die trying to get up there, and we can just climb the outside of the building.
all you noticed was that it was a brick building.
Oh no.
I also
That's
checked
rough.
what this black flame was, and I know exactly what it is earlier.
What? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
I just while I was walking past.
Oh.
I know what this is.
Do you want to enlighten us?
Was yours a 1? Did you say +1?
+1.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, yeah, it's very
Seven,
evident
four.
you need to hold your breath to come into this place.
I'm going to pull out my bag, some goggles as well.
Yeah.
Some of my
good work.
tools. I've got to have a set of goggles in there.
Feeling some neckerchief, huh?
Yeah, I'll probably do
This
that as well.
cantrip, can I just make it continue forever?
It won't be. Won't be good enough to prevent. You can like puff it away for like a moment, but it would have to be. You wouldn't be able to prevent. You couldn't make enough space for everyone to breathe.
You're going to have to breathe in through some part of your body.
Yeah, some point in
Well,
time.
yeah. What else?
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah. So I'm comfortable. You can blow it out for the first moment, and you just get a sighting down the corridor for a little way, but it won't be enough to.
What we need is like a 40-foot snorkel.
Yeah. Or curvy.
After one quick puff, it just reforms straight away. As soon as you stop doing it. So you can do the outward breath, but you can never take the inward breath. So as you look, so as you open up this door, there's a T-junction immediately in front of you. There's a 5 foot ahead of you. There's another wall, and there's a T-junction straight away. One to the left and one to the right, and the rest of it is black, thick black smoke.
Which way's the stairs?
You can see about
Yeah.
you can see 5 foot in front of you. That is it.
A
You're
lantern
completely
to tell us.
obscured.
Left or right?
She sort of gestures to the left, and she goes that way. So she's leading you at this point in time. If you'll be led
Oh.
Let's do it.
God, and Sildon's going to dash in.
in front of her,
Yeah, he's just
Yep.
going to run for it.
that's fine. No. So you're going ahead of her. So you're dashing in, pushing in front of her. So immediately there's a turning to the left and there's a turning to the right.
Left, please be stairs.
Left. Okay. So you're after 15 feet, you hit the wall. You hit a wall.
Crack.
You hit the wall on the south side.
Yeah.
But there's a T-junction. There's a right angle there, which would head you west. Yeah. So basically, you've headed south and then west. And as you run through, there is black flame now cropping up, sort of lapping around and nearby you. As you're sort of running in a fairly carefree fashion, would you just give me a dexterity save?
Oh, good lord.
Because this flame is lapping around you.
Oh, it's not good. It's only an 8.
An 8, yeah, that won't be enough, I'm afraid.
You play with fire.
So you are going.
burned.
You are going
98.
Give me I might have a thing for this. I don't think it saves me completely, though.
Oh, you got the ducky dice though.
Dirky dice, I certainly do.
You're about to be inflicted with hellfire. You cannot be extinguished.
For the rest of your life. You choose to live
I
underwater.
don't think I have a thing for this.
That's fine. We only took 1 fire damage, so it's.
1 fire damage, I'll take it. I've still got 10 temporary hit points from a bear. Is that gone now?
How long does that last for?
How long does your bear total?
It's 1 minute.
1 minute. Oh,
That's
that's probably
probably
good.
That's gone.
Gone.
He gone.
Okay, so you're running forwards again. You're going to see 5 feet in front of you.
This might have been a bad idea.
And are you taking the dash action, or are you just
Yeah.
using your movement?
Hells
Just your normal
yeah!
movement.
I was sprinting on in. I'm trying to sprint up the stairs to get this book so I don't all die horribly in a fire.
No worries. So you get to that south wall, which is after 15 feet, You start to head west. You're dodging, weaving this flame. It just laps at you. Again, like Thorin said, it doesn't feel remotely warm. You're not getting any sensation, which makes it even harder to dodge because you didn't get that natural
you're not
radiance
feeling
from the
there.
fire.
Okay.
It just sort of suddenly burns you
Okay.
as you touch it.
Do you know how this looks to us, right? We're stood in this doorway. We've opened the door, and there was just like black flame and smoke. And you just ran in.
Yeah.
And we can't see 5 foot. So
Yeah.
we're just like, where'd you go?
Go. He's in.
Okay, so as you head to the west, which is the only way this corridor leads, after 10 feet, you dodge these flames. You look to the south side of you. You can make out the light of the main room. These were the main doors to your south side now. So you've sort of come round. There's statues there in that, in this central porch of sorts, which are similar to the statues that you saw in the main room. There's also the crank on the wall here, which you were trying to operate from the other side of the door, if you recall.
Yeah.
And then immediately across from you, as you head due west, the corridor continues, or next to the main door, just slightly to the south, and there's a small little alcovey porch area. There's 2 more doors, one to the west, one to the east. You've got a door to the west, door to the east, and then you've got a corridor which continues forwards.
And I'm guessing I don't have any mental layout of where the tower is around me, so I don't know which way the stairs is going to be.
The tower was to the west of the main entrance.
Okay, so I'm heading
You've
towards
come from the east.
So I'm heading straight across, basically. Cool. I'm going to... Is there anything in that main room that's made out of wood?
In the main
Or
central
anything
room
around me right now that's made out of wood?
before. The only thing that you could say is made of... No, probably not in this immediate area.
Anything that's soft that I can stick a dagger in?
Okay, so as you're sort of looking around you, just give me a perception roll. But this is going to be in a very close proximity.
Oh, I'm rolling garbage today. Only a 7.
Where's he gone?
Only a 7.
A 7. Okay. So you can't. Everything seems hard around you, or fire, black fire.
Cool, that's
So,
fine.
but the one more thing you do notice on the north side of you, so you've got this little alcove, corridor heads to the west, a door to the west and the east within this alcove, and then the main entrance to the south. On your north side, as you're looking around, there's a very thin gap, not quite as wide as a normal door, but you could get through it, and there appears to be a little light coming, like almost natural light coming, but it's very heavily obscured by this smoke.
Jeepers, that's a lot of directions. I was hoping to just find a set of stairs. And that little slit of an alcove then, that's away from where I think the tower is, right?
The alcove is heading to the north.
Okay. Cool, I'm going to head on towards the west then, where I think this tower's going to be.
Okay. Given that you stopped and investigated a little bit there, I'll come back to everybody else.
Cool. Sounds good.
He's been gone for ages.
Almost 6 seconds.
We should have tied a rope to him.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but too late.
Okay, what do the rest of you guys want to do?
Should follow Elandrix. She seems to be leading the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm flummoxed.
Yeah.
I'll follow her.
All following.
Yeah.
Okay, and all holding breath, presumably, because
Yeah.
you're spluttering quite a lot if you don't. So she's following. After a little while, she sort of catches up with you. She's not sprinting full speed though. It looks like she's being a bit more careful. So yeah, not dashing,
Smart.
being a little more careful. She's got her shield up, and she's got a mace off her back. If you remember, she had this 5-pronged dragon wing, impressive mace. And she's got that up, ready, poised, heading into that main area, and she just catches up with you after just a moment, Sildon, into this main porchway, and just stops for a second and just looks round.
She's going to bump into the back of her, probably.
Yeah.
I've got my eyes closed, like, hold on. Lead me.
Okay. And
Don't be too handsy.
Do you want to do any? Do you want to do anything? Anyone taking any kind of lead, or are people waiting for Atlantrix?
Yeah, I follow Elantrix.
I'm looking at Silden.
Yeah, I guess I've learned my lesson. There's a lot of doors around here.
Silden! What are you? Can't breathe!
Okay, so she, you're calling that?
Yeah,
You're calling
yeah,
that?
yeah. Can you
Okay.
hear us?
I'm there. I'm with you now.
Are you with us now?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Because Elantrix led you to where I was.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all good.
So as you call out through this narrower alcove to the north side of you, you're pretty much stood right by.
Do you have another arrow prepped?
in this port. So you're in this
Thank
porch.
goodness.
It's about 15 foot wide. It's about 20 foot north to south, and you've got the main entrance on the south side.
Yeah.
Little long slit to the north side. The door to the west and the east, just by the main entrance, beneath you. Statues in the centre of this area, and then you've got the passageway which you came from the east, and it continuing on to the west. Okay, so there's quite a lot of ways to go there. An arrow comes through the. I mean, none of you are going to see this until the last second, but it comes through, or attempts to come through this slit of sorts, and I suspect you are closest to it, Silden, at the moment. But
I, just for the record, I cannot be surprised, even by things that I cannot see.
okay, fine.
If that affects it in any way.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, a
But the-
cool autumn's breeze.
Yeah, the attack.
It's just if
so
they
I
get,
guess-
it's just if they get sneak attack damage, they don't get it.
Sure. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So the attack is going to come in.
There's also another thing, but don't worry, that'll come later.
Okay. And the attack, if I had the right page open, is going to be 13.
I think I can half it, but give me
Was that to hit? 13 to
To
hit.
hit.
a minute to find it. I'm using a new thing for this, so I keep not using the right button.
What was that hit? You 13 to your AC?
Using my button. I actually is a miss. I'm armor class 14.
Hey.
And it should have been disadvantage, so I've just rolled the second dice, so it still will be the same result.
Did I see where it came from?
Definitely came through the slit.
Sweet.
It probably just sort of scraped the side of it and just slightly deflected away from you as it hit.
Cool.
And as because you called out, and at the same time, from the door to the southwest side of you, near the main entrance on the west hand side, that slides open, and somebody. Again, of the same kind of dress as the blue wearing
Aladdin.
bandit types of the previous rooms, looks out, sees you all there. Uncomfortable that whoever was the furthest south. Who thinks they were the furthest south?
I don't know where
In the
Sound
back of
is
the
in.
pack. It's going to be
You at the back of the pack, so it wouldn't have been you. It would probably have been. Yeah, we'll go. We'll just do a roll off you two. Highest numbers furthest
Yep.
south.
12.
4.
Okay, so Thorny, you're further south. If you want to, you have the opportunity to take an attack of opportunity.
Ooh.
He's running. Looks like he's running toward or past you, angling to the south.
As in, like, pretty close.
Yeah.
Take him out.
I mean, I'm going to be very wary now, and I'm going to be really studying this person.
Yeah.
Then, at the very last minute, I will jab with a scimitar.
Okay, no worries.
Probe.
He's holding his shirt over his mouth.
I thought they were shirtless. This one's got a shirt.
This one's got
A smoke-resistant shirt.
a smoke and immune.
I wouldn't suspect ours and roll the goddess.
9.
A 9 is not going to hit.
Got a picture of that one.
He's holding something in his other hand, something like a little bag or something, and he is coughing and spluttering, very dirty and dishevelled. You can just about make out in the smoke, and he runs straight past you to the south, sort of through those main double doors that you guys were looking at. if you would like to roll initiative, I will allow.
Absolutely.
Let's go for it.
I'm gonna roll the ball. Oh, look at that!
He's gone crazy.
It's not great. 9, Jack. 9. A huge 9.
A 9. Okay, thank you.
A raging 9.
Raging 9.
Raging nine.
Keep going, guys.
7.
8.
26.
Oh.
18.
So 18. Okay, so
Have you got +6 to your
Plus 8.
to initiative?
What are your,
What?
What are your stats?
How do you have +8 to initiative?
Got alert.
What's,
Oh, cool.
what stat is terrible? It's something that you just awe.
No, I'm pretty well balanced.
What?
okay,
Yeah, for a feat at level 5. did you?
Silden.
Nice.
Yeah, I did go for feet level 5, which it's risky on a rogue, but we did it.
You're up.
So I can see one of them. The other one's shooting at me through a little light slot.
Yes. Which would be big enough to get through.
Yeah.
It's narrow. You sort of turn your body sideways.
Thoroughly is in, to use a Warhammer term, base contact with him, right?
He's run past him. He
Okay.
took a swipe against him, but didn't connect.
He's got a bag of some sort.
On his run, which way is he running?
South, out the main double doors.
So he's running away,
Maybe.
presumably.
He's not running towards you.
I'm going to. And how far away is he from me?
So he's actually run out of your eye line. Looks like he went down the stairs into the main in the main room. You can hear him coughing and spluttering still. Who's yellow?
I will run after him, and I will keep running until I catch up with him.
Okay. No problem.
Presuming that
Yeah.
is within 30 feet.
Uh,
I'd like it.
you actually can't get into base contact with him within 30 feet, but if you use your full movement, you run outside of that main door, back toward much larger room, which is still very smoky. You're sort of on the edges of where you could nearly breathe again if you wanted, if you would have had a bit further. He's down the bottom of the staircase, you're at the top of the staircase. It's 10 foot. It's 10 foot below you.
So
Looking
he's
back
10,
down into
10
that-
foot away from me.
Yeah, looking back down into that main room.
I don't like this. This is a risky biscuit. No witnesses. You know what? I'm going to take... Screw it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a bonus action to dash.
Yep.
I'm going to jump clear down the stairs. And I'm going to stab him in the back of the head.
Go for it. Go ahead.
Cool.
If you miss, he's going to pull the.
If I miss,
high
it's going to
ground on
be
you.
pretty risky.
You have the high
You were the
ground.
chosen.
I'll give you advantage because you are coming from behind him and you've got the higher ground.
Yes, I'm going to jump down the stairs and hopefully this is going to connect, because if not, I don't have a backup plan.
Just run.
Whoa, one of them's 23,
That's going to hit.
the other one's 25.
Yeah, I mean, they'll both hit. Neither are crits, though.
Cool, neither are crits, but I do get my sneak attack damage.
Yep.
So the first one's just a
Sneaky D's.
simple 5. And then... So that's 16 damage in total.
Yeah. So, he was running away with sort of, coughing, spluttering, holding his shirt over him. You easily, with pinpoint precision, land your blade into the back of his neck and put him down just like that. He just falls dead. You sort of land on him, and your weight carries him into the ground.
Shame no one was there to see that.
He easily dies.
That's the way I like it.
He wasn't. It looked like he was not carrying a weapon. He
Oh, he was a diplomat.
yeah.
He wasn't a child when he
It was
jumped.
actually a nun. It was a nun.
He just had a
and-
big lollipop.
That could be a hell of a weapon.
It could be.
He drops quite clearly a coin purse in his right hand onto the ground. It's
Malcolm.
tied
Yeah, I
up.
was going to say,
Malcolm
Malcolm
just-
just...
Oh!
It's tied up, but it makes that metallic coin sound as it hits the floor.
Mario.
And that's the only thing of note as you put him down.
When we're talking coin purse, are we talking like
No, it's a fairly
Look,
modest
so I
purse,
can-
but
I can stash that.
It's got a little bit in there for yeah.
Cool. I won't check it. I'll stash it. For now.
Okay.
I'm presuming it's not full of bees or grenades, so I'll stash it. Assuming it's
Bee
coins.
grenades.
Yeah,
No
bee
problem.
grenades.
Oh.
I'll stash that.
Yeah, no worries.
Look-
I'll tell you now. It's got 50 silver pieces in it.
Oh, I'll take it. But there's nothing else discernible about him that I can tell the rest of the guys when I get back upstairs.
Not in this time. No, he's just
Cool.
fallen to the ground. Wasn't carrying a weapon, but was
He's
carrying that coin
fine.
purse.
And wears pants.
Okay.
In which case, I will use the rest of my movement, which is 20 foot, to try and get back to the rest of the party.
So you would have had an opportunity to draw a breath at the bottom of that
Oh,
stairwell.
I will take that. Yeah.
So you are
And feed it to the rest of us.
kiss of life.
And fairy breaths to
I
the
don't
all
want
of
to
you.
do that on a dog's snout.
So yeah, you had a chance to take a breath, so you kind of reset your lungs, and you
That
can
sounds important.
run back into them.
Cool. I know where to reset your breath.
It's like the sonic bubble in the underwater zones.
Yeah, I remember that. There's always an underwater level. Yeah. Have we had an underwater level?
No.
We've had.
You had the cloud.
Yeah, we had the cloud
Oh,
swimming through the
underwater
water.
above? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
There's always an underwater level. It's the
Yeah.
rule of all D&D.
Okay, so we go to Zola. I'm going to do your tactic now of
I
moving
forgot.
them across.
We were in
Slide
combat.
them over.
So-
I probably am unaware of anything, in all honesty.
Mhm.
At the back, was I even aware that a arrow was fired into the crowd?
You heard the roar from Felix calling out, and at that time you definitely would have heard the kind of whip of an arrow hitting the
Could
wall.
have been Thorin here, he just shoots them off.
Could have been,
Anything.
and then
Not anymore.
you would have heard some kind of a guttural sound from the person fleeing, coughing, spluttering to the south. You might have heard Thorinir take a scimitar swipe at him. And you may have heard Sildon running down the stairs and some kind of a sound of unpleasantry as he was killed. So you'd probably be aware there's a tussle of some nature going on.
I would probably just advance up to Elantrix and just give her a tug on the jacket.
Yeah,
Just be like, leave. I don't know where we're going. I still don't know where I am or where we're going.
sure. Yeah, and it's extremely disorientating.
So yeah, I would.
Theatre of the mind is disorientating at the best of times, but
Yeah.
this is a disorientating experience.
That's probably I probably would have walked forward to Elantrix and
Okay.
hoped she would take me in the right direction.
No problem. Okay. And anything readying or anything like that?
I've no idea what's going on.
No,
well,
okay.
I know what's going on, but I
Yeah.
don't know where anything is or.
Sure, no problem.
No,
That's fine.
thank you.
This guy's dead. Then we come to Felix.
Okay. How big was that slit in the wall? Was it literally like a bow slot?
So in terms of width, you could get through it definitely. It's wider than that. It's just an oddly narrow door. That's all. With a
Sweet.
little bit of some kind of natural light appearing.
Well, he's going to move his first 30 foot towards it. Can he
So
see?
you can get through there in 15 feet.
Cool. 15 foot. What can he see?
So as you step into, are you actually going through it, or just sort of?
He wants to see what he can see first, right? Because it was light.
Yeah,
so
you can see
we
5
actually
feet in front of you. So as you look into there, there is some kind of like a grass on the floor and some paving slabs. It looks very much, not
like a courtyard.
it's of sorts. Yeah,
Okay. He's trying to find where the bow shot came from.
no problem. Your dark vision.
Yeah.
So you can make out as well. Another 5 foot after that.
Okay.
You can make out a crouched female bandit of some nature holding a bow,
Yeah.
clearly or likely the person that loosed the arrow toward
Baggy
Sildon.
trousers.
She is sat in a fountain, but the fountain is not on.
Okay.
But there's a pool of water within the fountain, and she's sat quite low in that fountain.
Yeah.
And next to her seems to be another prone, at least unconscious, or if not dead, bandit lying in the fountain next to her as well.
There's a dead bandit next to her.
In the sort of lying next to her in the fountain. And yeah, she's still holding the bow in a position that looks like she's just fired it.
Cool. Well, he's going to firstly he's going to go this way, guys, and then he's going to use the rest of his movement to hop up onto the edge of the fountain and be like, "Oh, hi there," and then he's going to swing his sword down.
Sure thing. Yeah. Go ahead.
Really nice to see you today. 15 plus 6 to hit, 21.
21. That hits.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, 2d6 plus 3, and you can re-roll your 1s and 2s. 8 plus 3, 11 damage. I'll just do one of those. And then he's going to take his second attack.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, that one's not as good. 12 to hit.
12 to hit. Is not going to hit.
Cool. He
So-
splashes the water with his second one.
Yeah. So it's 11 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it on purpose.
You can re-roll 1s and 2s.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Incredible.
it's
Permanently.
statistically the highest damage you can do in D&D.
There's always a minimum of 9 damage every attack.
It's pretty good.
Okay. And then you're now in close combat with her.
Yeah. He looks pretty great. He's stood on the edge of the fountain. She's like, oh.
Yeah, she's sort of kneeling down. Okay. That's you,
And he's like, I am your alpha and I am your omega. No, he's not.
Thorny.
He's not that scary.
Did we decipher where all this black flame smoke is coming from?
It's bloody everywhere. If you want to give me don't know what kind of check. If you want to give me I guess an insight check. Yeah, an insight check to try and estimate where it's coming from.
It will be terrible. Really good.
Yeah. That's all I hear.
8.
It's
good.
just bloody everywhere, Thorny. Yeah, it's all over the place. It's clearly somewhere in this building. I mean, you do see this black flame that's lapping up and around the walls, not far from you, that Silden partially ran into. It's just sort of all around you, so it's emanating in some fashion from around there. Yeah.
I will move towards Felix.
Okay. So heading through that narrow courtyard area. You can make out, both of you, as you're in there. It's a relatively small courtyard. It's about 20 foot square. Fountain fills most of the centre. There's a little bit of grass and some paving. And from, again, even though it's super smoky, there's clearly must be some kind of skylight or something from above you, because it's just a little lighter than everywhere else, albeit still almost pitch black with smoke. But you've got slightly better vision in here than anywhere else that you've been thus far. So you can get in there with your full movement. You could probably just about get alongside Felix if you wanted to.
Can I do anything when I'm in there, or is that check the...
No, that's fine. That's a free action. I'm alright with that.
Can I try and smash the roof light
Nice.
In what fashion?
with a bow?
Go ahead.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm not going to make you roll for that because it's you're going to hit it. But I will make you roll damage on it just to see to what extent you smash it.
Glad I've got Carl. He listens. He listens.
9.
9. Okay. Yeah. So I'm comfortable that you, as you fire that arrow up, you hear a smash. Some of the glass sort of falls down into the but not enough to damage you. All right. And there's a big inrush of air, I guess. Not enough to create any major backdraft explosions like we had previously, because there doesn't seem to be any flame out here specifically. The air, there's still a hell of a lot of smoke around, but you can, as you look up, you can see some of this smoke disappearing into the atmosphere, but there's still a lot of it around. But yeah, you can see ultimately what would be the bell, or you can guess where the bell would be above you.
It's a good call.
And the knell. The bell
knell.
that is the knell.
Yeah.
Bell.
Well, if you recall, there's actually a smaller bell above this, above the building, below the knell, above all the buildings. But you probably haven't got time to think about all that right now. That you done?
Yes.
Yeah. So, engaged with you. She's going to, in close combat. It doesn't even seem she has a sword or any other close combat weapon. She's just gonna, as she takes a slash at you, she's just gonna point blank load that arrow and fire at you with disadvantage, as she's in close. That was cocked. 13 with disadvantage.
Misses, and his cockiness pays off. You can't even hit a target closer.
And she, as soon as she does it, again she starts sort of coughing and choking again. She's got a sort of what's she wearing? She's got some kind of a neck wrap of some sort that she's sort of coughing into.
In fact, can we go for the Felix actually she goes to fire and he just puts his sword in front of the arrow, so it just ping.
Sure. No worries. She
disappointing.
As we do that, do you know what? I haven't got Elantrix on here. She can be Malkin at the moment. She is going to grab. You're behind her. She's going to grab your hand, Zolan, and she's going to move forwards. She's actually going to kind of pull you with her, which will be half of her speed, but you don't use any of your speed. You know, she's sort of literally dragging you along, so she can't move as fast, but she's got you with her.
It's pretty customary for being Elantrix.
So she pulls you to the west further. You've just been going straight ahead down this little corridor, and again you get to another right angle. This time the right angle is heading north, so you sort of get to almost dead end, but with a right angle north in a thin corridor, 5x5. And there looks to be a door right in front of her. That's one of the sliding doors. Okay, that's her turn. We're back on Sildon.
Ooh. I'm going to take a nice deep breath.
Yeah.
Admire my handiwork. And then I'm going to run back up the stairs.
Yeah. You're already up the stairs because you used the rest of your movement.
Oh, it's easy enough to move to get up the stairs. Yeah. Cool. How far is it going to take me to go straight through that slit into this courtyardy place where everyone else is?
Yeah, it's 20 feet.
Cool, I'll go straight through there.
Okay, so 20 feet to get to the slit, and then you've got another 10 foot of movement. These two are probably blocking the... You'd have to actually move a little more than 10 foot to get in a position where you could attack her, because these two are kind of filling those spaces, if you see what I mean. You could go around her, but it would take more than your 30 foot movement.
No worries. Looking above me, does that skylight look like it's completely shot out, or is there still some...
There's some residual panelling perhaps up there, but yeah, Thorin has cleared it out pretty well.
Cool, okay. In which case, I will... Can't get close enough to get involved. I could randomly fire a crossbow into the crowd. That sounds like a fun idea. There's nobody else around. There's like a unconscious or dead guy. Go on then. I didn't like it, but I'll use the dash action to get round the other side. I'll get right up close and personal.
So as you sort of circumvent this sort of circular water trough of the fountain, and as you get to the other side, 5 foot in front of you, you make out another one of these slits, which appears to be heading to another room of some nature to the north.
No angry arrows come out of it.
Not this far.
Okay.
Careful what you wish for.
I'll jump up on the fountain then. Not sneak up behind her. Very loudly get behind her, and I'll take a swipe.
Okay, no problem. You've got advantage because she's flanked.
Oh, nice.
And
first one
crouched and surrounded and wet.
I'll take the first one because it was a 19.
Yeah, that is.
Awesome. Which is one of them. Oops, that's the wrong button. One of them. Yay! That's 9 damage. plus I'll get the sneak attack damage for flanking, which is only extra 4. So that's 13 total.
Okay. Sure. And that's you.
I've still got a little bit. I can't disengage. So yeah, that's me.
Okay. Zolan, you're being dragged by Atlantrix at the moment. There's a door 10 foot in front of you on the north side.
Are we right in front of this door?
With 5 foot of movement, you can be. Yeah.
I'm assuming this is the way that Landrix is pulling. We're going
Yes.
towards this door.
Yeah.
I'll pull out a hand axe and I'll try and slide the door.
Sure. Yeah. So it slides. Yeah, it slides open straight away. There is a fairly big backdraft that occurs in this room.
Every time.
This is a
Opening doors is more dangerous than fire movement.
yeah. This is a big. There's a big blast that emerges as you do this. It's clearly another trapped, contained area, as it were. Can you give me a dex save, please? Zoe? You've done this before.
I can try.
I believe in you.
He believes. Where am I? +2. That's an 8.
Will
8,
14.
I'm afraid, it's not going to be enough, and Atlantrix is going to do the same. Yeah, that's a miserable fail as well. So that is going to be
4 damage. 5.
7 damage that you
Wow.
each take.
They just like knocked off their feet or something. How are you looking?
I'm off.
Well, pride gone, 2
Um,
doors open,
Yeah.
2 butts bruised.
Yeah, I was thinking. Left butt, right butt.
So you probably can vaguely hear some kind of mini explosion of sorts that comes from the other room. You feel a very familiar feeling.
At least let him
unfortunately.
get sent downstairs this time.
Blasted by that black fire.
So many bees.
And you and Atlantrix are blasted right back into the wall, because it's only a few foot behind you. Blasted back in into one another, and just feel this searing burn. Like, again, this weird no temperature. Such a strange, searing pain, but with no residual temperature. It's so
Hasn't
weird.
lit my pipe, has it?
Where was your pipe?
I don't know. I was trying to light it earlier on. It would have been back in
It hasn't, unfortunately. It hasn't.
What a shame. Christ.
But you still have your turn.
Oh, fantastic. I'll get myself up. And I'll help Atlantrix up.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll start moving towards the door. If I
Sure.
can move another 5 foot, I'll be dragging Atlantrix
Yeah,
with
you-
the rest of my movement. We'll move together.
Okay.
We're going to move together.
Sure. So you
Give
can
him
probably
back.
just about get into this next room with her.
Cool.
Your vision is still shocking.
Yeah.
It seems to be a circular room
Oh, nice.
that you're in.
Tower. The only way is up.
Yeah, it seems from the angling, if it's the same, if it's a perfectly circular room,
Yeah.
you'd estimate that this is, many feet wide and many feet, one of the larger rooms you've been in.
Okay.
But at first glance, you're in a great big round room.
Cool.
It feels big as well when you walk in, even though you can't see very much.
Yeah.
Maybe just the way the way the sound is sort of it changes its resonance as you
Yeah.
enter the room. It just feels big as you enter. Okay.
So there's some important information on the size of this room.
Felix.
Keep the elephants.
There's only one thing for it. Does it count as flanking if he's in front? Was it only flanking for
No,
the
you're all flanking at the moment.
Well,
Yeah.
he's going to attack this little lady.
Go for it.
Oh, I feel horrible now I've said little lady. No, anyway, I'll still kill her. It was only 8 plus 6, 14 to hit.
You get advantage.
That was with advantage.
Oh no.
Yeah, not enough, I'm afraid.
Well, he's going to use his
no.
second attack.
Okay.
Smoke.
Oh no.
14, so 20 to hit, unnatural.
That will hit.
Yay! Now you take the damages. It is a 7 plus 3, 10 damage.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah, another big
That
swipe
lady.
into her. She's completely overpowered and overwhelmed by the three of you, and she looks like she's just on her last legs, just fighting like a wounded animal for survival.
Somebody knock her down. That means knock her out. I
Okay.
feel bad killing it. I don't know why.
Anything else you'd like to do?
You anti-feminist.
Yeah. It's
All of a sudden it's a woman. You've slain so many people this time.
I think it's because.
Hang on a minute.
I think it's because I call my unborn daughter little
Yeah,
lady, and I'm like, oh no, what am I
absolutely.
doing here? Suddenly I've got blood on my hands. I'm
Absolutely.
like, what am I?
Felix is learning a lot about himself.
Yeah. What? That's the end of my turn. Who's up?
Thorin.
Well, I will finish the little lady. no emotional attachments here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So yeah, I
With
will.
advantage.
It is 20.
Yep.
That's all. Too.
Seven. Yeah. 7
So-
on the slash.
27.
You finish her. It looked like she would have fought to her last breath. You know, she was fighting to stay alive in that fountain, and she looks up and falls back sideways onto the other body that's there, into the fountain. Makes a little splash. The smoke's continuing to rise. It's just changed the pattern. More than anything, it's just changed the patterning of the smoke, so it's not pluming, it's evaporating or dissipating upwards. But she's down.
Cool.
Anything else you'd like to do, Thorny?
Unless I can check any bodies for good things, then no.
Just about concern for
Yeah.
yourself.
Through the smoke.
So you're not moving, just staying where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then we can come back out of initiative turn, but I'm still paying attention to rounds, if you know what I mean, just because you're all holding your breath. Okay. So just vaguely, I'm going to talk to I'll talk to the three, because the three of you are in the this patioed, this courtyard area at the moment. There seems to be this slit that you came through to the south and one to the north. I'll let you operate together if you wish to.
Slit to the north?
We're getting far away from this top tower we need to be in.
Is this further away from the tower, dear?
I believe so. I think it's to the west.
We should probably scout back then.
Sylvan's going to wipe off his blade on one of their trousers
Okay.
and sheath that away. Is he covered in blood now?
Sylvan.
Yeah.
You can hardly see yourself.
That's all right then.
But
That's
yeah,
fine. That's fine.
You're quite, unless you wanted to be. You're
No,
so
no, not
precise.
especially.
You're so precise with
Especially.
your attack.
I just figured it'd look a little bit weird if he's like, oh, I'm an order of now. He's
Yeah.
just wearing a red robe.
Yeah, no, you're quite precise and intentional with your strikes.
Cool.
Whereas I would figure Felix might have a little more blood on him, just due to the size of his swings. You're quite
Yeah,
precision
okay.
with your attacks, aren't
Cool.
you?
And you were searching the bodies.
Yeah, it's
Nothing of
Yeah,
interest.
not quite the time.
Cool. So
But you can now if you want to. We're on to a net. Yeah, we're
definitely
on to
give him
the
a quick
next.
look over.
Just check their pockets.
just
Check the
pockets.
pockets
Yep.
and away we go.
No worries. So
McDonald's flight again?
They're all expired.
they've got.
Newest McDonald's is broken.
She's got a quiver. She's got a quiver with a few arrows. She's got
Boo.
a long bow which she was wielding. And aside from that, it looks like they've abandoned any other weaponry they might have had in favour of trying to not suffocate to death.
No hard currency. Right.
When I DM, I like to ruin the game by throwing in just random magical items. And a knife that only tells the truth.
Yeah. But in a language you can never understand. Back the way we're going. Let's get the hell up this top room and get the hell out of here before we all suffocate.
That's a good idea.
Because I'll be honest, if I'm not going to die in this hole. And I know the way out.
This Chief is doing nothing.
Yeah. I didn't come here to be a barbecued hero.
Talking is hard, by the way.
Yeah. I should say was
We're using hand language.
Yeah.
too much.
Oh, you know the thieves can.
Elven hand language.
Too much talking. I might.
Okay.
I might expend some breath. So
Okay.
just to be aware, you managed to get that out through muffled words. But you're heading in the same direction that you
so
believe these guys are
backtrack
in.
to see if we can find out. We've probably heard the explosion, right?
Are you running or taking care?
Taking relative care, moving.
Fast enough that we don't pant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not dashing, just using your normal movement. Yeah. So 30
We're
foot.
always dashing.
Okay, so you can probably get roundabout up to the edge of this doorway that Zolan and Alantrix just went through and had an explosion, but you don't know about that. But that's where you are, roughly, just approaching this big circular room that you haven't yet seen.
Well, the door's open, so we know they went.
The door is open, and you guys, generally, you're just still walking with her. You're going together, aren't you?
Yeah, I think
Alongside one another.
a big room. Don't know what's in there. I would let Elandrix lead the way.
Sure
I
thing.
hope she knows where she's going.
Yeah.
Shit, Augur, if she doesn't know her way about.
Shorger.
Yeah. So.
Sure.
Okay, so she walks you just into sort of the middle-ish. She looks around for a moment and points to the right-hand side. Points to the right-hand side along the wall, or along the circular wall, and you can just about maybe make out the one or two bottom steps.
Cool.
And she points up there, but she doesn't head that way. She heads into the centre of the room. Up to you if you want to follow her or go. Or
I'm assuming she's told me to go up the stairs.
Lead me to death.
you completely up to you. But she's heading into the centre of the room.
She's going, don't go up there.
But that's the thing. She can't talk really.
Yeah, I think
so-
I'm gonna have took that signal as go up there.
Sure.
You go that way.
Ow.
So I would start my ascent of the stairs.
Okay.
Well, if they're ascending, I would climb. If they're descending, I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're ascending.
Good.
Oh, okay, then
Right,
yeah, I
let's
would.
go.
Yeah, they're ascending stairs. So you're going to go. Hello, who are you waving at?
Star viewers.
Oh, hello, our
Oh.
viewers.
Hello, all.
Lovely to see you tonight, our viewers. Thank you. We had a follow for someone just before we went live as well, so thank you to them.
Yeah, thank you,
person.
whoever you are.
We missed the name, I'm afraid, but thank you very much for the follow. So you head up the stairs. Are you walking? You running?
Walking, not yeah.
Okay, there's definitely this flame. The smoke is so thick in here. This is real. This feels like a real epicenter of smoke. But it's the smokiest room you've been in
It's
thus
like some
far.
of Benedet's old tobacco.
Yeah.
To save the scraps when you ran out in a jar. Nasty stuff.
As you climb the stairwell, it's like a little bit angled around the wall, so it's slightly spiral, sort of just hugs the rounded wall, the outer wall of this room.
I'm scared.
And it's quite a narrow staircase that you begin heading up. As you're coming up the staircase, you can still see black smoke all to your left. So it's not a low ceiling
Yeah.
in this room. It's quite a large.
No windows on the ascent. There's been no small little window slits or anything.
You can make out a few slits of light here and there, just in little patches around the room.
Okay.
But it's illuminated smoke rather than anything
Yeah.
else. It's just bright spots of smoke. But heading up the stairwell,
Slowly, just keep
Right, okay.
trudging on. No running.
Okay.
Yeah, no haste. It will just
yeah,
be purposeful.
and you're not making any noise or anything. So I'm confident you guys don't know where Zolan is at the moment, just to keep the meta. Okay. Some of your lungs are just starting to just burn a little. Like you're not. No one is feeling like they're about to run out of breath, but probably everyone bar Silden and Zolan, you guys are feeling a bit okay. The rest of you are you're aware that you have a lung capacity. Let's put it that way.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm eating all your sweets.
They're there to be eaten. They're not
Yeah.
mine.
I think I've eaten
They're
most of them.
everybody's.
Because I'm acutely aware nobody else has eaten them. There's not a lot left, which means that it's mostly me.
I've been picking.
I don't feel it in my heart. Yeah, so
So I'm going to come
Must be
back
good for
round
you, right?
to the next round. Again, we're only sort of loosely in any kind of sequence here. I'm going to again let the three of you act together as you're in a group at the moment, just entering the southeast side of this room.
Can we see a Lantrix at all?
As you enter the room, if you take a few steps into the room, you cannot see her.
I
that you can
do
see
one puff of And I just want to be clear. It's not lung air. It's wind
Mm.
that I manifest from my mouth. But this time, I will manifest from my ear because just to not confuse my lungs.
Yeah.
Why didn't you choose the butt card?
Because that is my intake.
Filtered on the way
out.
Okay.
Elves have a very strange biology.
So as you walk into this room, you're in the southeast side of this room. Clearly, these brick walls on the sort of the east side and to the south side, are circular. It's a large circular room. You are estimating. In which general direction are you druid crafting?
Just gonna go into the middle.
So toward where you believe the centre of the room is. Okay. And what's the range on that? 30 feet.
30 feet of powerful wind.
Okay. All right.
Harmless sensory wind.
Yeah. I'm comfortable that you can make out an augur's robe at the tail end of that puff.
Ooh. And is everyone else?
Uh,
I'm going to be going.
Yeah, you would look towards what he was doing. Again, it's not enough to give you an intake of breath. He hasn't created that much.
It's not really a. It doesn't last. It's just like a.
Quick puff. But just for a moment, you think you catch some augur golden white in the centre of, toward the middle of that room.
Cool. That away.
Okay, so the three of you are heading directly toward where Thornir has puffed.
Sildon's going to get a street piece under his robe just in case.
Sure. Yeah. So as you sort of walk into this room, the black fire is really lapping around you. You've got to be really careful. You're very confident if you were to dash at any point, you wouldn't trust yourselves to not get burnt by it. Every step you have to be very, very careful. As you walk forwards, you realise there are a number of... Hello, who are we waving to?
Yvan Splatter?
The customary wave of die rolling.
Thank you for watching.
It's very regal.
I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope the sound's better tonight. We sorted the sound out. Finally.
What's
Let
wrong
us
with the
know if it
sound?
sounds
It's too boring to go into, but yeah.
I didn't even know we had a sound problem.
Driver updates, just leave it at that.
Always
Leave it at
driver
that.
updates.
glitch in the matrix.
Back in this room, this large circular room, you realise that there are again some different desks around this room. There's benches. There's some. There are bodies lying across some of these benches, underneath them on the floor, and it's a mixture of both augurs and bandits in here.
There was a tussle.
There's various problems in this room. Everything's covered in this black fire. Even some of these bodies have black fire emitting. Just caught on them.
The things can burn. It's not just like
Yeah.
ethereal. Okay.
You can sort of roughly make out Elantrix, but she's moved away. She didn't just wait there after you did your spell. She moved a little bit deeper into the room, but you can probably hear where she is, and you can hear sort of rough rustling of paper, sort of tripping over chairs and things like that. She's clearly just 15, 20 feet ahead of you, sort of doing whatever she's doing, looking around in the room.
I'm looking around for Zolan. I can't see him.
You cannot see Zolan, no. We'll come to you, Zolan.
Oh.
You're at the top of this...
I made it all the way to the top of one.
It's not a huge long staircase. I would estimate it's 20 steps, something like that. And then you arrive at another platform or a landing of sorts.
Okay.
It looks like we're still very much in this circular space. Looks to be the same size, not narrowing in any way. You arrive on another level.
And is there anything new to see? Or I just
So
feel like I'm in a large space again without...
As you arrive in this one, there's bookshelves To the right-hand side of you, there's bookshelves. To the left-hand side of you, fairly
Cool.
narrow. It's only about 15 foot wide, almost like a donutty kind of shape that goes around together. And that's all you've got at the moment. Just both sides of you, these bookshelves.
I'd probably just keep trudging on.
Yeah.
Half speed, just... I've got a hand axe ready,
Yeah.
but I would just... Yeah, I'd keep circling from what I would assume to be the perimeter of the building, that if the
Yeah.
staircase continued, I would have assumed it would continue
Following that direction.
around. So I would stay to the left or the right. I don't know which way we're
Yeah,
climbing.
we're heading anti-clockwise,
Oh, yeah.
in effect, yeah.
So I would
around
stick
that
to
room.
I'd stick to kind of the right-hand wall then, and keep
Okay.
just keep. I'm looking for a book. I don't care these bookshelves. I'll just keep going
Yeah.
until I get to a room with just a book in it.
So you're not running, you're just using
No,
normal speed.
Just yet.
And heading around the room. So you get to the north side of it.
No more staircase.
Hang on, sorry.
I'm waiting for this. A book. It's 50 foot.
Yeah, so you get to the kind of the north, what feels like the north side of this tower, and it's the same experience as you go around. You've got books to the north of you, books to the south of you. You step over some fallen shelf,
Yeah.
and some debris. And you're constantly having to avoid this flame that's lapping all
Yeah.
around, and this thick pluming smoke. It's so thick up here now. Your vision is 5 foot around you now. You've got there's no leeway on that. That is all you can see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we go back round to your group, and Atlantrix is sort of in and around you. You know, she's probably one of you catches a quick glimpse of her. You know, you're all somewhat close together. She sometimes steps closer to you, sometimes further away. Clearly, she's sort of interacting with tables and trying to gather paper and bits and pieces like that.
Okay. Seeing that we can't really see much in the room, Felix is going to put the sword down, which he rarely does, and he's going to use his dog agility to run 60 foot
Oh.
in a quick circle around the room and just see what you can scout out, dodging things on fire.
Okay, sure. So I'm going to ask for a dex save as you do so, because there is a lot of this black fire.
Dog Jilly.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Explosion.
It's a 6.
We have a
It's gonna be
rich
fine.
Roll
You
badly,
help
Jack.
yourself.
There's nothing wrong with the rich tea.
Yeah, I did. There's only one fire damage. That's all.
Oh, I'll take it.
But yeah, again, it's such a strange experience.
Go and dip it in this.
Yeah, there's no sin.
There's
There's no.
It's green, but it'll be.
It's almost like burning muscle as opposed to,
Yeah, and the other thing I'd say is, you know how fire crackles.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't doing that. It's almost inaudible. It's almost it's silent, virtually. There is noise. There's the shuffling. There's general. We're not in a silent space, but the fire itself doesn't emit the noise you would expect fire to emit.
That's weird.
You take a little burn, which
Oh.
and
Heartburn. I was like, absolutely focused.
and one damage doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a
It's a big old chunk.
it's a 40th of your entire life or something.
Drained from you. One hit.
If you wasn't a seasoned adventurer, it could be a tenth of your life.
Yeah,
It's like a
exactly.
sinus headache.
Exactly. And you start to do the lap of this room. Yeah, you're dodging these stools, different tables. Is there anything particular you're looking for?
Stairs.
Way out.
Stairs, okay.
Yeah.
And which way, from where you are, sort of in the centre, are you running clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
And you're starting north, south, east or west?
north.
North, okay. So 60 feet.
Because he goes further in and he goes there. This is the worst room.
Okay.
It's the
So
worst room ever.
with your
It's
full...
worse upstairs.
So as you go from the north side to the east side,
We'll never find upstairs.
yeah, there's different-
Suffocate down here.
there's different tables. There are some big books lying on some of these larger desks. There's a central donut-shaped desk right in the middle of what you think is the middle of the room.
He's really confused because obviously Elantrix has said to him, get the book. And he's seeing more than one book.
Yes. Yeah. And as you rush around this perimeter, just as you use the last foot of your movement, you kind of get to the bottom of the stairwell on the east side of the room, and sort of make it out to your left side. As you're walking.
Bellatrix will just point.
She's busy. She's very busy.
Screw that
Not been
guy.
very
I
useful.
finally got rid of him.
You two?
We don't know where that is, do we?
Not yet.
We're all just going to have to take laps around the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk that way until I find something.
Which is that way? Sorry.
I
North,
would've-
south, east,
I
or
would have
west?
walked in,
Yeah. Yeah.
chasing Elantrix.
Yeah.
So it's there.
So continuing to walk in that direction.
Just we're slightly to the right.
Okay,
So
so slightly
I was
to-
looking that way. Now I'm
Yeah.
gone.
So you were basically heading northwest, and now you're heading north. Now
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Fine.
that's the adjustment.
Yeah.
But maybe a little more to the west than the north.
Okay. And are you
Slightly.
particularly looking for anything?
No, oh, just a way out.
Okay.
I'm sick of this stuff.
An
now.
airy way out.
Yeah.
Very well.
Looking for like. No, we'll do that next time.
Yeah. So there's very much there are these little slits of light.
Like an exit sign, is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. There are these little slits of light in and around, but they just don't look big enough to be an exit of any nature. They do look like close to arrow slits. Probably not arrow slits, but something similar to that.
Breath holes.
Breath hold. Yeah. As you walk towards that north table, you do notice one large book in particular, which just draws your attention. Just looks different to any other. Everything else has been parchment and scrolls. This is like a thick, quite ornate book on the centre of the table. But you may not be remotely interested in that while you're looking for exits.
Yeah. I'll use it to waft.
Okay.
I'll be flapping it
Okay, sure.
in front of my face.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. And that's you throwing it.
Roll a book save.
Yeah. And
The
then
book bites bad.
I'm the thing.
Silden, yeah.
So if I look around you mentioned these like wells of light, these thin slits of light. Which one's the lowest down? Or are they all the same
They
height?
look fairly similar. Yeah, they look fairly
How
similar.
high up are they? Very, very high, or
There's probably they're probably 6 foot high. They sort of start at 6 foot.
oh, amazing! I'm gonna head over to a wall.
Yeah.
And 6
North,
foot
south, east, or west, just for argument's sake.
north. That's
Okay.
a good
Yeah. Same way
direction.
Thorinir went. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with 30 foot of movement, you can probably just about maybe get to the edge of the room.
Cool.
Again, you walk past Thorinir waving this great big book.
And I can't like just stick my head out and take a deep breath.
No, they're quite so 6 foot high, so you could
Yeah.
probably jump up there.
Jump up and get it.
They look very, very narrow.
Sure.
They look like they're emitting shafts of light into this smoke cloud.
Yeah.
Um,
How smooth's the wall?
that's the second time you've asked that.
I like
So
wall
it's-
smoothness. Is something I'm gonna ask a lot about.
So it's mostly bookcases.
Amazing. I'm gonna climb.
Go, yeah, that's fine. So you've used your movement.
How fiery is there in this bookcase area?
Pretty kind of fiery.
If I was to
Yeah.
move quickly, would it get more
be-
intensely fiery?
It would be care required to avoid this fire. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I'll take some care and leave it there.
Okay, so you sort of just up to this wall. There's a couple of bookcases, and then there's this little gap between two bookcases, 6 foot up, where there's this
Yeah.
thin arrow slit like
Climb that.
gap in the wall. Although it doesn't, there's probably not an arrow slit. Okay.
Cool.
Elantrix is still somewhere in the middle of the room. You're not completely sure where. Then we go to our dear friend Zone.
Cool. Alright,
Continuing around.
I'll just keep continuing.
Okay.
Keeping probably my right hand against the wall to try and maintain a bearing or some consistent direction without getting lost.
No problem. So you head another about 20 feet, and after that 20 foot, on the left-hand side of you, you realise there's a body slumped over like a banister. So it actually looks like, you realise, whilst it's mostly been bookcases,
Yeah.
it looks like that banister, well, you can imagine the banister would lead down to the space beneath you.
Yeah.
There's a body slumped over it of an
Banditos?
auger.
Shoot it.
Shoot it! Make sure it's still dead.
Yeah, I would approach it cautiously. If it looked dead, I would ignore it
Sure. Yeah.
and just carry on.
Okay.
No time to be stealing
Yeah. So you
possessions.
move another 10 feet. There's a few writing desks and things you're sort of coming up to here that narrow the corridor a little bit here. Aside from that, a similar experience.
Cool.
Okay. We come back round to your group.
Felix will go and get his sword back.
Sure.
So there
Yeah.
isn't.
Good
Yeah.
And then start heading up.
That is a very
Okay,
good
so you
shout.
go and do that. So basically, you can go and get your sword, then get back almost exactly where you were.
Yeah.
That'll be your whole
So
turn.
it is.
He doesn't go anywhere without a sword.
If you want to do your clambering,
Mhm.
so I'm comfortable. You
I've got
can-
some pretty good climbing gear on me as well.
Yeah, and
so
you're only 6 foot away, so it's not a tricky one.
I'm going to keep climbing then, depending on wall
Okay.
footage.
Okay. Fine.
But I will climb up to that first and see if I can get a breath.
Climb
of
to
it.
it first. So you stick your lips right into it. It is a narrow stone area. There is enough. There's enough light there for you to actually be able to see out of the area.
Okay.
And as you look out, you can see the town.
Hmm.
A few of the buildings that you'd see, or different ones you hadn't directly come close to, but there's some of the buildings with the bells above them.
Cool.
So you can see the town around you. And the only other thing that draws your attention at all is there's a load of smashed like wood down beneath you, but that's kind of the only thing you can see of any
Sounds
note.
good.
There is just not enough room for you to get your head out or get a proper
Can't get a
breath,
breath.
I'm afraid. Yeah, it's just...
Do these bookcases just keep going ad infinitum? Or
So
do they
again,
stop?
you're going to be 5 foot above you, so
Yeah.
it's at least another 5 foot above you.
Keep climbing.
Yeah. So you can do so, and as you get to, let's say, 10 feet off the ground, you look up, and about 5 foot above you, as you sort of reach up, you feel a ceiling there above, directly
Okay.
above you.
If I reach my hand back out, is there an overhang? Or is it flat
Not
ceiling?
with the distance you can reach.
I've got very long arms. Perhaps freakishly long. Long arm Silden, they call
Go,
it.
catch your arms.
They reach down to the ground.
Yeah, if you reach
He's
back,
Mr. Tickle.
even if you reach back the whole way, you don't feel an overhang.
Cool. I'm tie a dagger off on the end of my hempen rope and see if I can swing it out and around.
Okay.
Swing it around.
So if you'd like to give me, let's just say a normal dexterity roll for that.
Let's find out if it's a hempen yes or a hempen no.
Hempen no.
No, yeah, dagger.
You just want flat dex.
Flat
The no, yeah, he's gonna put all his
That
bones in.
22.
Okay. Yeah. So so you swing it around to see if you can feel anything, and there definitely is an overhang. It's about 15 feet from the wall.
It's quite a way.
And it sort of comes up and around. Were you trying to attach it to something?
Yeah, I've got to attach a dagger to the end of my rope, swing it back round over the back, hoping there's something it can latch onto.
Yeah.
I'll swing around a banister or
Freaking
into a
Ninja
wall.
Warrior. now, isn't it?
How much rope did you slacken off?
So much rope. An unnecessary amount of rope. Probably any 10 foot. Well, it's 15 foot. Probably 25 foot.
5 foot.
That's a lot of rope.
So
it's gonna be like-
the floor is only 10 feet below you.
Hit Thorno in the middle. On the way.
Yeah.
Into the book.
It
Sound,
hits
sound.
into something. You're not confident it's secured very well.
That sounds good. Well, I'm only 10 feet above the ground. I might as well just do it. Hi-ho, Silver! If I give it a good pull,
Yeah.
does it come back out again?
Comes off, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's not a good
Trust you,
idea, is
right?
it? 15 foot behind me. I'm only 10 foot above the ground anyway. I'm going to tie... Next, it's 15 foot. I'll hit the ground. Can't do it. No. Yeah, I'll put the hammer away, put my dagger away, and then I'm going to jump backwards. I'm going to dynamo it to use a climbing turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and dino it, jump into the darkness, hoping that I can throw my hands up 15 foot and grab something on my way over.
That would probably be over an extra action, having already taken a breath, looked out, thrown your thing up. Yeah, so probably I'll let you
Cool.
jump off, but probably.
I'll
Oh,
take
go on,
it.
go for it. Go for it. Solid.
What do you want to do?
Solid.
On the roll
Gi-
a thing?
Yeah, give me an acrobatics roll.
Yeah, man.
But as
So
you're
20.
as this is like an extra.
20 unnatural.
I was going to say I was going to give you disadvantage because as you're pushing the limits of what you can do on a turn, and you can't see what you're jumping to catch.
I feel hard done by.
Well,
Go on then.
I'm a bastard, right?
Basic
You are.
climbing.
Yeah.
That's a
What he's
15
doing right
with a
there.
disadvantage.
15. Okay. And you're trying to hang on something.
Just grab something,
You know-
yeah, so I can hang on.
Yeah. It's too hard. No, it's an
That's an acrobatics and then a strength.
yeah. It's a very difficult jump. What you're attempting.
Okay.
You're attempting to jump 15 foot
Can I give him an
under and
can I
underhang,
assist?
and then up as well
Yeah.
to catch something above it. Yes. Yeah. Not on a 15, I'm afraid, mate. Not on a 15.
Fall.
Think
So
about it, 15 foot is a long way
It
actually.
is a
Yeah.
long way, yeah.
15 foot is
I
insane.
think it's nearly the length of that wall, do you reckon? No, maybe
Yeah.
not that long.
yeah, it's
Standard jump, I could do that.
quite a tricky jump.
You watch.
All right, if you can do it now.
I'm fine with that. I'll climb that bookcase. Jump over there.
Okay, who else hasn't had a go downstairs? You haven't.
I
Tony?
haven't. Whichever way I was headed, I've got a book now that I'm fanning.
Yes.
Did I hear Elantrix talk about this book?
I think so.
Then is it helping me?
No.
Then I'm going to drop it.
Yeah, fine.
I'm going to keep going where I was going.
Sure thing. Just to the north side. So probably Silden nearly lands on you.
Oh,
So falls from the sky above you. Yeah, he's almost exactly where he would land. Almost exactly where you are.
On his back.
Oh, I forgot to say I was stabbing the air.
It's not my fault if you walk into me.
Can I make out any closer exit or anything?
So there's that same light slit that that Silden was investigating. Aside from that, there's bookcases in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna scooch round the bookcase
To the west or the east?
east.
It's the east. Okay. No problem.
Might have been a bad
Are you
choice.
running or are you taking it normal speed?
Yeah, I'm wary of black non-flame flames.
Sure. So you're coming around the side of this room clockwise now, and yeah, hugging the bookcases as you come down. Elantrix is still somewhere. You don't know where. Zolan, you are continuing around.
Yeah, I think Felix is probably, because I think we've gone back to Felix.
Oh,
yet, I
did
don't
He's
think.
at the
Yeah,
bottom of the
Felix
stairs.
went and got his sword.
Oh, you
got
got
his
a sword, did you?
Yeah.
I'll carry on. Extra wary though, maybe I'll definitely got my
More
Okay.
wary.
hand axe.
So after 20
Hand
feet,
axes.
you realise there is a parallel staircase. This time on the, again, if you imagine a donut, this time
Yeah.
the staircase sort of hugs the inner part of the donut,
Yeah.
and it
still
looks
going
like
up?
it comes back on you. So you sort of walk past the staircase, and then as you turn around, you can walk back up it.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean, if you would like to.
How am I feeling?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Oh, in terms of how much
Yeah,
oxygen do you
yeah,
have?
Yeah, am I?
You can give me an insight roll.
But every second you spend rolling is seconds you ain't breathing.
It is 20 dirty though. Filthy.
You feel like you could do the same again?
Oh, I can dance all day.
Alright, I'll keep going.
Dance all day.
Yeah.
I'll keep going.
Okay.
You can dance if you want to.
So you get about halfway up that next staircase. Looks to
Cool.
be about the same length, but yeah, going up one more time.
Landrich did not make that clear. But it was a long journey. I was like, oh, top of the stairs, and we'll come back
You
down
should have
again.
packed sandwiches.
Okay. Downstairs team.
He's going up the stairs.
Okay.
Do we see our man? Was he?
No.
No.
Oh, what, when he went
How's
for
he
the
doing?
sword, yeah.
Yeah. When he
Oh,
went for the
did you
sword. Did you cross it?
No, you didn't. You
I'm laying on my back.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen him. Yeah. So still, I'm going to assume everyone's walking normal speed unless you tell me otherwise. Okay. So you get to the top of the stairwell. Just walk another 10 feet or so, and same experience. Yeah, you're on this 15-foot wide,
Yeah.
donut-shaped landing, sorts of bookcases either side of you.
Cool. If he could find the inner steps, he'd go up those, but I assume he can't see them.
You can't see them.
So
yet, no.
just spend as much of my movement as is required to find those steps.
So would you like to run?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you for a
No, that's fine.
dex save.
You've got to find Zolan. Oh, come on. 8 plus 3, 11.
That is 4 fire damage.
Oh, it's so hot up here, but it's not. Oh my. Hot burn is so bad.
Yeah,
Scraps again.
that was a good scalding.
Yeah.
Um,
But he finds the stairs.
No, no. Yeah, you still haven't caught up with Zolan.
This process is the worst.
We go to you guys.
Now I'm stood on the ground,
Yeah.
and it's only 10 feet above me.
Yeah,
I'm
having
trying-
just done quite an embarrassing
Yeah,
fall.
no,
but
just fall.
luckily, only Thorin saw.
No witnesses. No. I'm going to try my grappling hook trick again.
Okay,
But
Yeah,
I'm still on the
'cause you
ground.
know
so I'm
roughly
just,
where it
yeah,
is.
I know roughly where it is. I can lob it up with a dagger.
go on. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
What do you want me to do?
It's going to be a straight,
Athletics
and this
or
time you're
dex?
trying to specifically wedge it into the whatever you hit it
I'm not
against
really
last time.
wedging in. I'm hoping there's like something to wrap it around, like a banister or
Sure.
something up there. I can
Yeah.
do it, but if I can try and stab it
Yeah,
into
that's
something,
fine.
if that's it. What do you want? What do you want me to roll? You got athletics. You can do an
Yeah,
athletics.
athletics. We'll go athletics. Yeah, throwing. It's quite a heavy rope.
Not good at athletics. It's a flat 14, I'm afraid.
Flat 14. So you can kind of throw it up there, but the knife sort of hits against something, probably from the wrong part, like the flat side of the blade,
Yeah.
and it just sort of hits against something and bounces back down.
So it's definitely
the
hitting.
falling knife,
It's definitely hitting a thing.
It's
It's,
hitting
not
a
like
solid
it's not
thing,
going everyone to a ledge.
which gives you the indication that there's
So
not
it
a
kinda
gap
takes
there.
Okay. Cool. In which case, I guess I'll use my movement to scout around the outside of the room.
Sure. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, vaguely heading clockwise. Yeah. So that'll be.
And I'm going to give, before I go, I'm going to hand the other end of the rope to Thorny.
Okay. So as you use your
The
full movement,
non-daggery end.
as you use your full movement, you sort of arrive at Thorinir,
Yeah.
and Thorinir's got that end of the rope.
Cool.
As
As
if
long as you
take
choose
it.
to accept it.
Yeah. Whoop.
And Thorinir, you're continuing to head round. You
Yeah, I
get
think that's the direction I was going.
you get to the stairwell after 20 feet on the west side,
Oh!
and you choose to ascend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get kind of halfway up that stairwell. Okay. We go. That's dramatic. We go to. You've moved this turn, so Zolan.
Just go. Nothing's changed.
Okay.
20 feet.
That's fine.
Doing it.
Continuing forward.
Climb on up. Moving on up.
Okay, so you get 30 feet, and this time you're up to what seems to be a slightly narrower level. This time there's it's still that same circular,
Yeah.
donut kind of shape, but it's not a 15-foot platform this time. It's a little over 5 foot wide,
Ooh.
so it's quite narrow.
There's Lectone at the top, right in front of me. Big book.
There's not, yes.
Gilded in gold. Yay, we
but-
made it.
This
Although
is the
no-
book, and the big arrow there.
There are bookcases along hugging both sides,
Screw 'em.
and you're aware of your surroundings. It's within that 5 foot radius on
Yeah.
each side, so you sort of feel directly around. But you're just continuing still taking your time.
Yeah.
The smoke is just completely dense up. You know, it's
Yeah.
just absolutely ridiculous. You can't even see your own
I
hands.
think I'd only pick up the pace if I started to worry I was running out of breath. I was
Sure.
thinking actually,
Yeah.
which I'm not at the moment. That's all right then. I'm going to keep the pace up in the slow pace.
We're going to take a quick break.
Ooh.
We are. We'll be a quick one. We'll be back at 5:30. Right, 5:30.
Half the
so-
hour.
Hello, everyone.
We will let everyone have a quick comfort break,
Oh.
and we will return. You have to hold your breath, obviously, during
Through the break.
During the break,
Nice.
yeah, during the break, and so do you guys at home. Please don't do that. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. We will see. Oh no, that's the wrong bloody thing, isn't it? Where are we? Okay. We will see you very shortly after some lovely drawings from our fans.
Thanks, fans.
Oh, we're back!
Hey.
Oh, hello there.
Oh.
You.
Scared then.
Won the game.
You won it!
You've won D&D.
Well done. You found the black fire.
Yeah.
You,
The fire was inside you all along.
Felix and Thorin here, you're feeling short of breath.
I
Hey.
know. Okay.
The other two, not so much at the moment. You're okay.
I got smoker's lungs. I've been smoking for 4 months.
Okay, we go to
This is nothing.
whoever wants to go, really. Who wants to go?
So Thorinir found the stairs before me. But he's got the other end of my rope.
As
Yeah.
in, I think I hadn't found them yet. I was just like, still on a bookcase.
Yeah. He's holding a rope and he's halfway up the stairs.
He's halfway up the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow that rope
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
that's now slightly angled upwards,
Yeah.
thus indicating that he's
Yeah.
found a way up.
That's fine. And are you continuing to walk at the same speed? Are you both walking or running?
I should probably run now, I reckon.
Do you reckon? Are we going to do it?
I'm gonna be like,
Hi ho, Silver!
yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. So you're running. Okay, so you're both running. At full speed, please both give me the deck saves.
Deck save, baby.
You gotta make a save of your decks.
You sure you don't want to be an acrobatics save? You sure? You sure? I've only had danger sense.
13.
15.
Okay.
Oh.
You both saved.
I'll take it.
Running full speed, holding this rope.
You probably don't need to hold the rope anymore. You don't know that.
I like the
Lantrix,
feel of it.
Lantrix calls up. I need to take a breath. We get Felix.
Where's she going
Felix
to do
is
that?
thinking, we all need to take a breath.
She obviously had a plan that we could just nip out and take a breath. All of us didn't realise.
Yeah. He's going to keep trying to head and find them stairs.
So you go another walking or running.
Walking.
Okay. So.
I don't think he can really afford to be taking a ton of damage at the moment.
So with your 30 foot of movement, you just about get to the bottom of this stairwell.
Yeah.
But remember it.
He's
sort of like
running it.
he's
Come on,
running.
he's running
Okay.
it. Jeez. Oh, dice!
Oh.
It's an 8.
That is
the
4
ducky
fire
dog.
damage.
you want
It's
the
the
ducky
burn, you know, that's the
I will.
third fire damage hit you've taken. Like it's really starting to scald
What?
and burn your
is.
flesh.
Pads.
But he does move further.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, little pads.
Oh, no.
So the same experience, you
hungry.
get up to the top of the. You're a little bit past this slightly smaller circular donut shape,
Nice.
which is only 5 foot in width now. Zolan,
Keep on trekking.
How far away from Zola?
you are well.
It's a bit meta, actually, if you tell me.
Yeah, you don't reach him.
Yeah.
You don't get to a point where he's in your vision.
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep on.
Walking.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Walking.
I've come this far. I've still got a bit of breath. I'm getting scared though. I'm thinking I'm actually just going to die here. I run out
Yeah.
of breath and just like fall over. That
It does
I'll
feel
never
that
be
way.
recovered. Yeah. This is not to think.
30 feet,
I think it's actually in 25. I think my movement.
20 foot. Well, you've been getting 3 feet every bloody 10.
Woo! I think I'm
Fall back
25.
down the stairs.
Whoa!
25 feet. Gets you almost to a
Giant book,
to a
please.
door. You can see
Oxygen tank.
you can see a door on the inner side of that circle.
5 feet. Cool.
Yeah, right. The
Oh,
inner
yeah.
side of that circle.
You found a door.
And it looks like one of those traditional sliding ones. Next to it is a crank, and in that crank there is a key.
Oh, thank God. That would have been like, flip the table! There is no key. Oh, Landrix has it. Oh. I'll keep heading towards it.
Okay.
5 silver pieces. The book's not going to be there.
Have I just got movement to get there?
You can get to the crank.
Okay, cool. Does it look like it's being cranked?
it could be cranked if you wanted to.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So you're turning that crank, the same mechanism, that slow grinding sound, and then that click clearly from the doorway next to you.
Yay. Can I reach the door?
Not with 30 foot movement, you'd be fine.
I've got 25.
Very fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Crank is actually Midland slang for somebody who winds somebody else up all the time.
Right. You crank.
You crank.
Oh, you
Okay.
crank.
Felix and Thorinir, in particular, you're getting concerned with your oxygen levels.
Thorin doesn't fear dying, so he'll have a level head.
Yeah.
I can completely
What?
accept
Yeah.
that as well.
Felix does fear
Mm.
dying.
Okay, well, maybe concern is the wrong word. You're becoming aware of your lack of oxygen.
Of your mortality.
Yes.
Well then, then he'll whip out his vial of oxygen from home that he keeps on his
Nice.
belt.
Yeah. It's jar of fresh air.
Oh, you left it just at the front.
Incredibly useful.
Okay, anyone can act that wants to act. We're not in an initiative
I am
sequence.
dashing up those stairs.
Okay. Are you both dashing? Again, if you want to give me concurrent
Dashing.
deck saves.
Incredibly agile, dashing up the stairs.
16.
It won't be long till
That's
Christmas.
fine,
This
you
year's rocketing.
You avoid the flame.
Also 16.
You both avoid the flame.
Nice.
I'm going. Let's do this.
I wonder if I can breathe in my bag.
I'm going to find that book and we're going to get the hell
I
out of
feel
here.
I can't.
I'm really hoping that door has a
Okay, so Ollie,
Gosh,
you sort of
yeah.
get up the top of the
I
stairwell,
think it's going to be the opposite.
or midway up the
I think
stairwell.
all
holding
this
the
is
rope.
coming from that book.
And Thorinir, you are, you've got to this top floor now. The others were on this narrower floor.
Alchemist, make me some oxygen.
It's only 5 foot wide. Either of you
Are
can
there
act.
any windows? Like, is there any sign of any outside air?
It's
Try that.
there again are
Sounds good.
a couple of these slits. Again, same probably distance, 6 foot high, but it looks like it's they're angled in some way. Again, you can't make out much at all here, but they're angling over you, more like skylights than.
You know what?
Skylight.
I think he's probably going to drop sword again at the bottom of these stairs. Is he at the bottom of these stairs?
Felix, no, you've got to the top of the stairs.
Oh, awesome. Well, he's going to try and climb to one of these skylights to take a breath. He has got 20-foot climbing speed.
So it is a bookcase. Comfortable, you can climb 10 foot to get a little bit less than 10 foot to get
Yeah.
to one of these slits.
Of course, you'll get up and down with a breath in the middle, please.
It is not wide enough for you to get your head out to the point where you can take a breath.
But he's got a snout.
It does have a snake. He does have a snake.
His head's like 3.5 inches wide.
Well, like dogs, aren't they? When you get them wet, they just shrink
He's
into.
tiny. He's got big fluffy ears, but
Yeah.
they've got nothing to him.
I bet if you put Charlie in the bath, they will come up just looking
Oh,
like the
mate.
size of this can.
He's like a mini Dachshund, but
Yeah.
he's just been stretched out. Go on, Jack.
Give me a second.
Go on, Jack.
Give me a second. I need
This is what D&D's all about.
checking rules.
Yeah. I'm just going to have one of these incredibly plain biscuits in between.
Hey,
I like
don't
the
be
plain
dissing my rich teas.
Sometimes you just want something that's just disappointing, you know? So that's all you want.
I'm
Rich
not-
teas are the best biscuits.
Really?
They're
Yes.
not the best biscuits.
Don't
They are
you mess with the
so
classics.
Underrated. They are so.
Why do you
underrated.
think they're the best?
You've had two now.
Mm.
Why do you think they're the best? That's what I'm
Because
saying.
each time I'm expecting them to be good.
But you could have a hobnob.
I
Yeah.
grew
I'm
up on a
honest,
rich tea biscuit. Hobnob.
chocolate malted
The
milk.
middle
is my
classness around
favourite.
this table.
I'm a big fan of a malted milk. It's
What's a
an
malted milk?
underrated biscuit. I'm gonna get
Mold,
some
you
next
never had a
week.
malted milk?
I feel like I probably have.
On its own, I think that's quite a plain.
You got a little picture of a cow on it?
You get a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
good.
Chocolate
What animal
malted.
crackers are you talking about?
I'm going to say that with your snout, it is up to you if you want to take the risk of taking a breath.
Oh no.
You are not certain that you can take a breath.
Yes.
Okay. So can you give me a Constitution save, please?
Alright.
You're gonna get your head stuck in the hole.
I've got to roll.
Oh
Goes
lord,
down.
you should have used the ducky dice. The ducky
Goes
dice.
a 6.
6. As you try to take a breath, you feel like it's just tantalizingly close to you. You inhale actually just a plume of this smoke. And I'm going to treat you as poisoned for 4 rounds.
Oh, great.
Okay, so you don't lose any breath as such, but you're poisoned for 4 turns, which means that you've got disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Savage.
Bugger.
Do you ever eat plain pasta? Like it was spaghetti. Just like pull it out and-
Is this just because I like Rich T. Biscuit?
I do. I eat
Do you
plain
like
pasta.
other boring
I'll just
plain
I'll just
things?
eat- I'll eat spaghetti.
You've still got
I
20
do
foot
like
of stuff, though.
Bit of olive oil.
He's going to head onwards then.
That's no
He's at the top of these stairs. He's going to head
No
on.
longer playing.
I'm straight out of the pot. Straight out of the boiling pot.
He really wants
A
to
little
That's
bit.
my
get a breath.
It's close.
my niece.
Plain breath.
That's what she eats. Plain pasta.
Who does you eat?
My niece.
And how do you if you want to run further?
Oh, you know what he's going to do? So he's got a bunch of this paper in this sack.
Yeah.
He's going to pull out of this sack one of the bits of paper that looked less written on. He's going to roll it into a little
tube.
paper tube. He's going to head back up and try and paper tube out.
But you've got a snout. That works against you in this scenario.
Well, he's got
You
to
can't
breathe.
have a round.
Oh, have you not seen a
Lol
dog
fest.
eat cat poo? The tiny ends of their
So
little...
you
Well,
try
you haven't
snorkel
seen my
breathe.
YouTube
Yeah.
history. Yeah.
Snorkel breathe.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You go to
Okay.
breathe, and all there is cat poo.
I'm gonna,
Delicious.
I'm gonna let you make the same
Hoopsicles.
roll.
Yay.
Right.
You would have a disadvantage on it because you're poisoned,
Yeah.
but I would have given you an advantage for having the paper. So it's in that, so therefore it's just
Do
a
you want the
normal,
ducky dice? Are you
a
sure?
The ducky
normal,
dice. You want the ducky dice?
Ducky dice.
Sure.
Roll,
a
roll,
normal con save.
roll in the ball.
Oh, actually, no, wait, hang on. To
Oh.
keep this roll, whatever it is,
10 plus 4.
it's only disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. This is actually a save, which is neither of those things.
Yeah.
So you don't have disadvantage. So you actually have advantage.
What's happening?
It's going to be 16.
16. I'm comfortable that's saved. I am happy that you can get a shallow breath. It's not a full tank of oxygen,
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
but you're comfortable. It's like it's like a little gasp, of
Yeah.
like a little bit in there,
It'll take
probably with some smoke, and you are still poisoned as well.
Yummy.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Okay. Nice. So, and then so you sort of
He's
headed
gonna
down,
stay
headed
up.
back. You're
Yeah.
staying where you are.
Well, I imagine with his movement, he's
Yeah.
probably
You've
just
probably got a
stuck
few
up
feet
on
if you- yeah.
the wall with a pipe for a
Fine.
hole.
No worries, no worries. Who
Just
hasn't
stick it in.
moved this turn? I've lost track. Who hasn't moved?
Pretty much
Yeah,
everyone.
but yeah, I doubt we ran.
You
We're-
guys,
we're
you guys
sprinting.
sprint.
Okay.
You guys sprint.
Plural sprint.
Sprint. So West Country. You guys sprint. So you haven't
You guys
had your
sprint.
action.
Well, I would like to head to the door. I would like to open the door a mere 5 millimeters.
That's
And I
about
will wait. I would like to wait for a brief couple of seconds, and then slowly open again.
It's about a fifth of an inch. Jack.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How many
For this.
thou is that?
For the rules purposes. Which are
Oh
all
yeah, well, I
imperial.
forgot D&D's Imperial, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many thou? 25.
So,
Oh, dear.
so you open it. A huge plume of smoke comes up, but you
Oh.
don't get the backdraft.
Just a little bit. just
This great cloud of it's all up. It's
getting
you
worse.
feel it in all of your orifices.
Oh.
All of your orifices.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It's stinging. You know, just
There's
everything's bad.
positive pressure in that one.
There's still no temperature. A man
Oh.
bundles sort of over you, past you, toward you. You do have an attack of opportunity if you would like.
strike him in the testes.
An unarmed strike. in
I
the-
know I've got my hand
Okay.
out.
Go his
So I'm
hand
out.
actually showing a hand out
Axing him.
because he tries to bundle over me.
Please.
Good lord.
Please.
I hope it's a bloke. Oh, I'll take that as my roll. Wasn't very good. That's all right. Well, it's a 2 plus like a 4, so it's going to be a 6.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's going to be about that.
Yeah. No.
It's not going to hit. Yeah, I don't think so.
No problem.
Extra girlies.
So
He scared me. Yeah, he scared me. It was only a 5 actually.
He actually tries to bundle past you, realises you're sort of obstructing the corridor, and then turns back the opposite direction
Oh, you're scared of me.
and just runs out of your eyesight.
Cool.
Okay. And you just hear coughing and spluttering and generally struggling.
Cool. Okay. But if that's good or bad,
Can we roll?
must be
From
intimidating.
into just about your view, Silden,
Hello.
Ooh.
a bandit of some nature that appears to be coughing, spluttering, and struggling.
Yeah.
You hear them sort of running quickly from somewhere nearby you. They collapse in front of you at the top of the staircase, choking, coughing, spluttering.
Still
floor.
no oxygen.
Are there two staircases?
Coup de
Will they
grace.
meet in the middle?
As I'm running by.
So we're still in zones. We're sort of
Alright,
still
he
in
just
zones action. This was sort of happening in
Where the hell
parallel.
did he come from? Everyone missed him.
The zone
Has
is
he always been there?
This guy sort of ran past you and out of your eyesight.
Yeah.
Then you look into this room. Again, you're just greeted with a big old cloud of black.
Yay! In I go.
Okay.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, I'm this far. I've blinking. Why put it on the bloody roof?
Okay.
Could be a holy book. Must be the highest
Maybe.
highest place in the building.
Could have put on the blinking now.
Closest to the gods.
God.
As you walk into this again round room, which is smaller still because it's the inner circle of this smaller inner circle, feels like a slightly different flooring, like a darker stone floor. And as you put your hand out, you feel this lectern of sorts in the centre of this small room here.
Marvelous.
You see two things. You see an augur of some nature clasping a book in his hands,
Good sign.
completely covered in black fire.
Oh, not good sign.
And then next to you, you probably just as startled as he is a man crouched on the ground that has elements that look similar to the costuming of the others, but looks much better armoured in like a stud leather.
Ooh.
And he's he's got a short sword held in his hand, and his other hand he's covering himself with a cape over his mouth, and the two of you are staring right at each other. We will roll initiative here.
Oh, so he was going to retreat into the shadows. this go backwards.
Oh, finally getting the good rolls. 15 plus 3, 18.
10.
Okay. 12.
Silverden will roll a 1.
Take it on,
so
Ollie.
like
Get the last one. I'll trade you on
Thank
the
you very
last
much.
one for a rich tea.
Just a measly 18.
What were you, Felix?
18.
So you guys roll up.
Roll off.
Another 18.
Do you want? Are we just doing initiative again, or are we just rolling a d20 to roll off?
Oh, good question. I got 15.
I got an 18.
Oh, what, on the dice?
Yeah, flat.
You win.
So we're over to neither of you got a surprise round against each other. You're both as surprised as one another in that scenario. Silden.
Woo! So somebody's dying in front of me, taking his last dying breaths. But other than that, I can't see anybody else, can I?
Then you've got this guy sort of dying in front of you on the floor. Yeah.
Cool. I will put him out of his misery.
Yeah. Easy when you make your roll. He's dying, helpless on the floor. And yeah, you
Just
hear
in
that
case.
final gasp of air released from him at the top of the stairs.
Yummy.
Dying helpless on the
Take
floor.
as much of that as I am.
Sounds like an emo lyric.
It does.
Yeah.
When did she leave here again? And why are we always here? I'll wipe off the blade on whatever he's wearing.
Yeah.
And
Wearing his the blue. You can't even make colour out. Probably the blue trousers.
Probably some blue trousers. I'll give his body a quick once over for coinage
Yes.
or anything particularly important.
Yes.
Presuming there's
He
anything.
dresses to the left.
He.
It's important.
Yeah, he's unarmed. You notice this tattoo again quite clearly on his, like on his breast, which has the elven ears on that
Dagger.
Yeah, running down.
Is he elven?
This one looks to be human actually,
Okay.
and he looks unarmed.
Okay. Nothing else on him. No coinage.
Other than it just got cloth pulled up around his face. He's dead.
Okie dokie. In which case, I will continue to dash up the stairs.
So yeah, get to the top.
60 odd feet.
Yeah, well you've already taken attack action, so
I can dash as a bonus action.
okay, fine. Yeah.
Sauce.
So heading up the whole way around.
Fast, baby. Yeah, just keep running. Keep
Okay,
rolling,
I'm gonna ask you
rolling,
for
rolling.
that. Deck save. Foreigner, are you doing the same thing?
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I guess so.
Have we got
Good.
2 staircases?
What's that?
No, I think they're following us.
They are following us.
Oh.
I couldn't figure out if they're on like if we're going to meet in the
15.
middle or if
That's a save.
15 as
Yeah,
well.
both a save.
I think for a
Is
while.
that your whole turn, Silden?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
assumed.
Yeah, bonus action, killing a guy.
Yeah,
So-
you almost get to the doorway. You're sort of right by the crank where Zolan was stood before.
Oh,
Thorny.
crank.
Great. Oh, so I didn't see Dog Boy, eh?
Sorry, Thorny, you haven't had your turn
He's
yet.
at the top of
Apologies,
a
I'm out
bookcase
of
trying to
sequence.
breathe through a hole.
We're in
Missed it.
sequence now,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'll take your save when it comes around to your
Yeah,
turn.
yeah.
Felix should be next once Silden's done.
Cool, he's going to use his action to breathe for a pipe.
Okay, I'm going to make you do the same thing
Okay.
again.
Don't do bado. Ducky dies.
I'm glad I got advantage.
Need the ducky dice. don't you?
How?
You needed the ducky
How?
dice. You need to throw that away. It's bad funk.
It
I
was
know a shaman who can.
It was only a 7
A
on
small
Constitution.
fee.
7. Okay, so you're already poisoned, so that's going to
Oh, God.
extend out. Okay, you're poisoned for an extra turn. So it's still 4 turns of poisoned
Ugh.
and no extra
I'm just
air.
going to stay there because there's nothing I can do. I just end up taking damage. I got disadvantage on everything. He's just going to keep trying to breathe.
Sing your little emo sound. The top of that.
Yeah. Is
You
it-
did run past, actually, as you were running. You would have run past
I
Felix.
was going to say, it's
breathing up.
breathing through a tube.
Yeah, breathing through his tube.
If
Tempting
I
to.
had a tube, I would give it you, but I
Yeah.
did look to see if I had any tube-based objects, and I don't think I do.
It's quite an experience being, you're literally struggling to breathe. This is
But the next time we go into a town, you can tell we're all going to get like, do you sell
Snorkel.
4-foot pieces of bamboo?
It's an
Just a foot long will do it.
Or
Yeah.
soil pipe,
Okay.
8 inch.
Nothing else, Felix?
You can't really do anything
Telescopic.
else.
Yeah,
He needs to get at least one good breath.
so useful.
Okay, yeah, you're really feeling it, and coupled with this smoke coming into your lungs now, you're really feeling, aware of your circumstances.
There's nothing you can do. There's no open windows in there.
After Felix,
Yeah.
we go to. So next to you, Zolan.
Oh yeah. I give him a very friendly hi.
I rolled well, didn't
Sorry, just double checking all the rules. He's going to stand up.
Cool.
He's going to take one look at you. Is that your expression?
Yeah.
One look at you, and he's going to thrust his sword towards you.
I'm not Olga. Don't stab me.
Son of a bee stick.
18 to hit.
That hits. Come on.
6 piercing damage,
What a pussy. Yeah, that's fine.
followed by
Oh,
19 to hit,
yeah, that hits.
7 piercing damage,
Sweet. Any more?
17 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
8 piercing damage.
Sweet. I am unconscious.
How much
He
damage does this do?
stands up and he drives his sword 3 times into you. Super fast movements.
What a
1, 2,
motherfucker.
3. Looked elven. You got a quick glimpse of
Yeah.
him. And Silver, just as these are sort of your last thoughts as you fall unconscious. He's got this almost silver hair, but very sort of
Cool.
almost bright grey. It's a weird
Wow.
colour. Silvery hair, elven ears. He has the knife with the elven ears on his face. Everyone else has had it on their arm or their body.
Compensating.
He had
Face
it.
tats.
Yeah, he had this face tattoo, and very well armoured. Takes these slashes, and that third one he drives into your chest,
Oh, he looks so friendly.
into the ground, and turns his blade, pulls back. You drop to the ground, and you lose sight of him, obviously.
Bang!
At the same point, okay, he's seen you enter the room. He gets 25 feet, so he gets to the out of the room where you are. Half startled.
Surprise, cockbag.
Half startled by you. You do have the opportunity to take a opportunity attack because he's
Absolutely.
he looks like he's going to run towards you, and then he turns to try and run the other way.
Is he right up in my grill?
Yep.
Cool. In which case, it's a short sword. Give that a wave. It's not going to be a big one. Is an 18.
18. That will hit.
Whoa, got a bit sweaty for a minute there. It's only a 7. It's a little slasher,
Okay.
a little pokey poke.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to get any sneak attack damage.
He did appear from the shadows. Surprise, motherfucker! Straight out of the shadows.
Yeah, unless he's surprised, which I'm guessing he's not.
He's
He's
not, no.
in combat, right?
He
so
is,
he's
yeah.
good.
He did triple attack. We're not built for that.
No, we are not.
Okay, and he ran the opposite direction out of your eye line, just into the smoke,
So
away
he's run
from.
back into the room.
No, it's a full loop donut to this upstairs platform. You're sort of blocking the. He was trying to run north, sort of anti-clockwise around the donut. Saw you turned and ran the opposite way around the donut towards the south.
Cool. So there's a door. He's come out of a
The
door.
door's on the
onto-
west side, on the east side. Sorry, the door's on the east side.
Okay.
You're just stood slightly to the north of that door.
Okay.
He was going to run that way. Saw you, turned and ran the opposite way to the south.
He's going to end up running past Felix.
So I've gone up some
Felix
stairs.
is slightly to
Oh, yeah.
you're slightly to the north actually.
Ah,
Felix, yeah, just slightly. Okay,
I died.
we go to there.
So stressful.
Okay. Then we go to Zolan. You're
Death
unconscious.
save!
First death save.
It's a failure. Ba-da-da.
So all you're experiencing is you're choking. You're bleeding heavily from the chest.
This is a fucking great time.
You can't see anything around
Yeah,
you.
my
Really.
eyes burn.
The black fire is just lapping all around you on this body next to you.
Just can't keep out of the fights.
I'll probably let a little bit of wee out as well. My first combat in months. Just being stabbed.
Thorny.
Question. If I was to transform into something with a higher constitution than myself,
Ooh.
would I reset my lungs?
As they
Only one way to
inflate
find
within
out.
him. As they inflate within him.
Abe Thorin is here!
Oh.
He's only got +2, but
Rather than plus
That's
one.
good.
rather than +1.
Double.
Yeah. I'm comfortable that has the desired effect. That
You
you're
say
after.
only +2, I say 100%
Yeah,
increase.
Yeah.
doubled my.
Eight?
Lung
Oh,
capacity.
yeah.
The funny thing is, it's in the dark. So like, okay, eventually we're going to see an 8.
I assume he's got twigs and stuff coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay, so
I still
you
don't-
I
never
think that
seen him
Abe
do
has
that
just been
before.
fighting with Thorinir.
Yeah. That 8 killed Thorin.
okay, so as you do that, something about your physiology means that you feel like you can hold on a little longer.
Nice.
You were a bit worried about how close you were getting for a period of time.
He doesn't fear death, but
Sure, yeah. You're
But-
aware. Of,
but
welcome
at that point he was desperate.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe he thought, this is fear. It's like, yeah. He realised he actually quite likes living.
So you transform into this ape on this corridor. You can probably maybe just about make out that there's now a huge ape next to you, even if you didn't see that it was Thorinir that transformed into it. Thorinir.
That's the name of the ape.
Thorinir. You've transformed. What would you like to do next?
Well, first thing we do is a big old rumble. And
Big flex.
I have no idea. Head where I was heading. Probably
Keep going around. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your speed now as an ape?
Ooh, good point. So I've got. I think it's 30 feet. Let me
Okay.
just double check.
On the knuckles.
So you get up to the doorway, if that's the case, just past Silden, 5 foot past Silden. So you're at this doorway now on the east side of this top story.
Cool. And is there anything upwards which helps anyone breathe?
There are these these thin arrow slit like skylights which
They
are
don't help.
about 6 foot up.
It's an angry one. But, yeah, I guess. Just 1 second. That's all my things now. I'm just gonna assess what's in this room.
You have taken action, haven't you? Yeah, because that was your transform. Yeah, so I mean, you can look 5 foot in front of you, the same experience, just
Yeah.
black plumage of smoke. That's what you see. We come to Silden.
When our good friend Zolan was put down,
Mhm.
did someone hear anything?
Did you?
He didn't hear anything.
Oh, definitely, because you heard 3 slices of a blade. I would imagine there was something guttural that came out of Zolan, albeit
Squeak.
even if it wasn't prearranged.
And do I feel like I'm about to suffocate? I presume not.
No, you feel like you're half lung capacity probably.
Cool. Doing alright. It's not in Sylvan's nature.
Slightly over half, under half.
Slightly over half, slightly under half, somewhere around there. And this guy ran off to my
He was going south, clockwise around the room,
clockwise around the room.
and you're on the
And
east
where did I
side.
hear Zolan go down?
Zolan is to your west, about 15 foot west of you,
So pretty
in
close.
this central room at this top floor.
I would encourage you to chase him.
Not very much.
You can't hear Zolan.
Yeah. Not really.
It's just gurgling. You might be trying to say something, but it's just gurgling.
I'm going to use my bonus action to hide. And then I'm going to follow the direction he came in, being very quiet.
Follow the direction.
Follow the direction he went in, being very
They
quiet.
went in.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
only see 5 foot in front of each other, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much hide where I am.
Yeah.
And just be quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can roll a stealth roll.
Yeah. Go for it.
Probably be the right way to do it. It was a 27.
Okay.
Your rolls it in. Phenomenal.
And then I'm going to, I'm going to move 30 feet around, so I'm just looking for him.
So you go 30 feet around, so you go past this ape that's just walked past you.
Yeah,
Don't
that
think
seems
anything of that.
fine. That seems fine. That ape's probably fine.
And 30, 30 feet doesn't quite.
I don't get to him.
You don't reach him in 30 feet.
Cool. I'm just going to wait there, knives out. Guess.
Hidden, yeah.
Yeah, I can't ready an action, so that's all my actions.
Understood.
Is it all my actions actually? Bonus action, movement. No, I've still got an action. So I'm going to ready an action.
Your bonus action was to hide.
Yeah, bonus action to hide.
Yeah.
Then movement.
Yeah, you got an action.
So I've still got an action. With my action then, I'm going to. Is there anything? So there's a platform and then a drop. Is that right?
So to your right, you've got bookshelves both sides. There's no drop on this level.
There's no drop, so it's either side of us. So
Yeah.
going around a donut, there's bookshelves. the
Yeah,
whole way
it's just 5 foot wide, bookshelves both sides, apart from this one gap where there's a crank and a door on the east side,
around. Cool.
and
In
then
that
the
case,
stairwell on the west side.
I'm going to just behind me get my bell, which I've got in my adventurous pack.
You're still holding a rope connected to an ape at the moment.
No, not yet. I'll collect that later on. I'll drop that somewhere.
Okay.
I'll get my bell out.
I hate it.
Yeah, I got a little bell. Put it on string with 2 pitons stuck in either bookcase. So if anyone goes by, the bell will go off.
Okay.
Like it.
And I'm on the other side of it, so I'm following him and it's behind me.
Yes. Sure. Got you. Thank you. Felix.
I'm going to have
You
to
got-
remember to collect all this stuff after
He
I'm
got
done.
half a breath a couple of turns ago, right? He's going to have to operate on that. That's the best he's got. He'll climb down and head the other way around the donut. So head north. See what he sees.
Heading north around the donut. Okay.
Yeah.
Running or walking?
At his normal movement speed.
Okay, so yeah, you go 30 foot round. That's just sort of on the northeast side of that donut.
Yeah.
And yeah, just black plumes of smoke as you come
Cool.
round.
He'll use his action. I guess if he uses his action to dash, he's then open to dexterity throw. Right?
There's a lot of flames to load.
He'll ready an attack if anything comes out of the darkness at him.
Okay, no problem.
I believe nothing will blow.
We go to the main character.
Something's happening.
There might only be one way in and out. In which case, it's going to run into either Selden or Felix.
Eventually.
Yeah.
No witnesses.
Zoan.
Who's got a motherfucking death save?
Oh,
10 is...
Ben's a save.
Is it
Wait.
save? Oh, nice one for
Hey.
mine. Yay! Success. We need to have 1 success, right? It's got 3 for some reason.
No, you need 3.
You need 3
Oh, do you?
successes.
Yeah.
1 and
Oh.
1.
Have you ever done this before?
I think 20. That's
Let's
it.
keep going.
20 counts as
20
saves,
double
1
test.
counts
Okay.
as 2 fails.
Woo! 1 for 1.
Yeah, so 1 would kill you outright if you were.
1 will kill you
Oh,
outright.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Let's freaking go.
There's a 1 in 20 chance you'll die, and a 1 in 20 chance to survive.
Oh, yeah, so that's pretty sturdy.
And then a 50-50 chance you'll get closer either way.
It's about 45, 55, and 55, 45.
It's a little more, isn't it?
I think Zoe could rig that.
Thornir.
Oh yeah, it's 45-55. 10.
Gosh, where am I?
You are by the door in this top room on the east side of the donut, and the room is to your west. Zolan's lying. Well, you don't know where he is, but he's in the little room next to you.
Okay. What? Is he 10 feet away?
You can walk 10 foot into the room and find out.
This ape has blind sight for 10 feet,
Wow.
Okay.
What?
which means I
You
don't
see
need
in
to
the dark.
see to
Yeah, you don't need to
see
see.
for 10
Oh,
feet.
yeah.
Does
Fuck
that
the
matter?
black smoke. Take that.
Blind. I need the
Yeah,
exact, I
blind
need the
sight.
exact wording on blind sight.
He doesn't have to
Um,
see.
So
Yes.
here we go.
got radar.
Blind sight's amazing.
A monster with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius.
Okay, cool.
Pretty
nice.
Yeah, I mean, perfect time.
Yeah.
Perfect time. And for 10 feet, you said.
10
Yeah.
feet.
Okay, so if you look 10 feet to your left, to your west, there's a little room, a little round room, which is the smallest round room. It's getting a bit smaller and smaller, sort of as you come up this tower. A little stone room, and there's a lectern in the centre of it. And that's all you can make out from where you're stood, but if you walk a little closer,
I'll head that way.
so as you walk just 5 foot into the room, being careful to avoid all the flame, etc., you
Got
see
more flammable hair on
Zolan.
me now.
You see Zolan lying on the floor, not looking well. You don't see, you perceive. You also perceive an auger clutching a book tightly on black, covered in black fire,
Oh, that's not good.
The book is on fire.
and him.
Oh gosh.
Is
He's
it the
dead.
book?
He's dead.
Does it say the book on it? Does it look more booky than the rest of the books we've
I
seen?
don't know how to put him out, so
Yeah, we don't know if water works, right?
Is there anything else I can see in this room?
No, it looks this range. So if you get close, if you want to walk up to the lectern, for example, you realise you're in the centre of the room. The room is about 30 foot in diameter, and it's a circle the whole way around. And there's just that lectern in the middle, the dying Zolan and the dead Augur on fire, clutching this book.
Well, this ain't can't read, so I will pick up Zolan
Yes,
and retreat.
sure. So you pick up Zolan, and then just carrying him
Out of that little room.
out of that room. Okay. What size is your creature?
Medium beast.
Okay, fine.
Cradle me.
And his. Hang on.
And then, so you picked up
Everyone
Zolan,
like a gorilla.
and then what are you doing? You're
Probably
heading-
instinct is to bludgeon. He'll be fighting that. No, he's gonna be like thinking it's like a little baby.
Okay, fine. And then, and are you walking at slow speed or dashing? What are you doing?
I better dash out of that room.
Yeah. So fire. Give me the fire deck save. You can keep Zolan safe because he's high enough.
Yeah. I just want to see what my. Is it Dex?
Yes.
I'll use Mr. Apes.
Mr.
14.
It's enough. You stay. So you're carrying Zolan on your shoulder, and you're heading south or north around that circle. It doesn't matter too much. The staircase is
South.
the south side. Okay, fine.
It's basically King Kong right now.
Yeah.
You're my damsel.
Thank you.
Everyone do 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
What time is it?
we go to Silden.
Okay. You can only see 5 foot in front of him, but he is very hidden right now. So he's going to get both blades out and have them either side of him to give himself as much side distance. How wide is this thing?
You can probably hear
You can hear a gorilla.
think
maybe.
it's
Smoke
eight.
happy alone.
about 10 foot behind you.
It's mainly just getting my blades out so that nobody can sneak by me on either side.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to keep moving around 30 foot.
Sure. 30 foot gets you to the top of the stairwell,
Is that back where I started?
heading down.
So I've gone the whole way around and not seen him.
You haven't seen him now.
But I have gone the whole way around.
You have gone the whole way around. Yeah, remember
you would
he.
have seen Felix, right?
Yeah, Felix was on the north side. He
Yeah.
ran on the south side.
So there's 2 stairwells.
There's only one stairwell, so
I'm
you were on
saying
the,
east.
you were on the east side. You were on the east side
Yeah.
of the door, and the doorway was heading east.
Yeah.
You were on the north side of the door.
Yeah.
He ran on the south side, ran that way. You guys were all on the top side.
So I've gone all the way around the circle back to the stairs again and still
Yes.
not encountered him.
Yeah, he's gone.
Outside of that time when he ran past you, yes.
I figured he'd be somewhere up here. I'm totally lost where he is now.
It's cool.
Okay. Are we assuming that big fiery book? So I'm back near where the big fiery book is.
No, you're on the west side now by the staircase which you came up on.
Right. And there's a door, and the door leads to where the fiery book is.
The door leads to where the fire is. That's on the east side. Yeah.
In that case, I'll use my bonus action, dash, and track back round to where the fiery book is.
Sure. South side or north side?
Whichever's the side I haven't currently gone.
Recently been on. Okay. So you're continuing clockwise round.
Cool.
10, 20, 30.
There is a bell set up somewhere along there as
Yeah,
well.
no worries. And then give me so you're sort of on the north side now.
Yep.
Give me a deck save for the dash.
Absolutely. 16.
Yep. Good enough. Thank you.
You will cross paths with Felix because the other way is the north side,
Felix,
Yes,
you're
sir.
northeast side at the moment.
Yeah, did he crash into...
He hasn't caught up with you, no.
Awesome. He's going to keep going around
Yeah.
because we don't metagame at all, so it's
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
difficult in the dark.
So after 15 feet, you get to this doorway now, which is as you're on the east side of this top
Oh,
floor.
did I make it there with 30 feet?
You're on the top, so on the north side.
Okay.
now.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's going to head on through.
Yeah. So as you get into the centre of the room, you're greeted with the same scene: the lectern in the centre, and then this flaming dark fire augur clutching this book.
Probably good.
Yeah, he's going to try and knock him over with his the flat side of his sword and see if he can knock the book out of his hands.
Okay, that's easy. Yeah, no problem. You can do that without a roll. What language can you can read Elvish, can't you?
Common and Elvish, yeah.
The book is completely burnt to the point whereby as you push him away, parts of it flake away.
Mm-hmm.
On the front of the book, in some kind of shining metal, like you can't tell the colour because of the light in here, but some kind of shining metal. The title of the book is still perfectly preserved, even though the pages are falling away almost completely. It reads in Elvish, "The Star Engine."
Is it still on fire?
It's extraordinarily on fire.
So that's the only thing he'll remember then.
So if you look to, if you went to pick it up, went to prod it, it's just falling to pieces.
Yeah, so he can't get it. Cool. Well, that's just a bit of information.
So that was your 30 foot of movement.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing.
that's all we
Can
can
you
do.
try and fire blanket?
I'm pretty sure this black fire doesn't go out.
Is one would find out.
Set yourself on fire.
Maybe normal fire is what defeats the black. Fire.
We go to
Damien. His name's Damien.
Damien Stabs.
Stabs by name. Stabs by name.
we go to Zone.
Oh.
Thorin hasn't stabilised me, has he?
He's not.
Will he die today? Oh, so 10. He's not dead yet. Two successes. A one failure.
Woo! Lordy. You can get resuscitated by a gorilla.
He's
My
pounding
dream,
on
that
your
is.
chest.
Whipping against the
Swinging around by one leg.
Sorry.
Ape Thorin does not know what he's doing with Zolan here. He's just trying to get to safety somehow, but he doesn't really know where to go. He will run out of that room. He's been out of that room, isn't he? He's going to keep heading round.
Yeah. Back to the stairs.
Yeah.
Are you walking or dashing?
I will. Yeah, I'll dash.
So remember, you're sort of half speed because you're carrying, unfortunately. You trigger the bell. The bell triggers quite loudly. You run right through it.
Cool. But I can probably hear there's a gorilla moving around down there.
Yeah. Yeah. You also.
It was 18 on the
You're fine. Yeah, that's good.
18
You also
plus
run right
21.
past, or you can stop at her if you want to, at Lantrix.
Oh.
Who's
Jeepers.
on the south side near you. So up to you if you want
Oh,
to run
wow.
past her, or
Yeah, I will absolutely stop.
you're going to stop next to her.
Like,
Pass her a dying.
showing a little.
Not
Dead soda.
slightly more alive than you are dying.
I'm doing well, to be honest. I've got
Okay. So she sees you and she sees
much greater
Zolan there,
chance of surviving now.
and you carrying him, and she just says, "Get him out!"
I'll be questioning which way.
And she opens her body up, like as if to let you pass.
Okay, well, I'll what? Yeah. Can I continue my motion?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
is that
Yeah,
stopped?
it's fine. Yeah. No worries. Goodness me.
Time to get out.
Goodness me.
You built this world, gentlemen.
You did this to us.
Okay.
I also appreciate anyone that just accepts the giant ape. Into their life.
I can punch him right in the face.
This is
She saw the badger.
Yeah, this is normal.
Okay. We're at Silden.
So I got to the room with the burning book. Presumably saw that there's nothing to get. Right, we're getting the hell out of Dodge. How far away is my bell?
It's on the opposite side. You're on the north side, it was on the south side.
Everything's always on the opposite side. Have you noticed that about this room? Where is that relative to the stairs to get the hell out of here?
They're on the west side. You've recently run past those.
Cool, I'm going to head back to where the stairs are.
Silden's just running back and forth.
So how far away are the stairs?
The stairs are roughly 25 foot from where you are.
Cool, get to 25 foot.
Yeah.
And the stairs, is the central cavity of the room completely open?
No. It's surrounded by bookcases the whole way round.
Whole way, all
apart
of the
from
stairs.
the door on the east side.
But I mean, like all of the stairs that go down. There's a big
Oh, the
30-foot
door.
round.
So yeah,
dome
up
room.
here, the central cavity is filled in by that central room.
Cool. So it's just empty on the inside.
Um,
So it's just a fall, if you know what I mean.
On this level, there's a room. The level below, there's a cavity.
Cool. And that's the bottom of this flight of stairs that I'm currently
Yes.
to the top of.
Yeah.
Cool. In that case, I'll take a dash action
Yeah.
to get down those stairs.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking something.
Um,
Yeah. No problem. So please give me the usual fire save.
Yeah. Am I going to pass a gorilla with a Zolan?
No.
Cool. Okay. What am I doing? I'm doing. Yeah, I can't keep passing these all day. Maybe I can. Who knows? Apparently I can. 22. I'm feeling 22.
You stole my dice rolls.
Okay, so awesome. Yeah, you're fine. And then are you? And then when you're down to that next level,
Yeah, I'm down at the next level. I've got an action, haven't I?
yeah. And yes, because that was your bonus action for the dodge.
Cool. And Mr. Stabby's not anywhere to be seen, so can't really do much else. What can I do with my turn? I'm going to ready my... I'm just going to ready an attack, so if I see Mr. Stabby come by, I'm just going to drive it home. I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah. Cool. So next we go to Felix.
He's getting the hell out of here.
Okay.
He's seen a Bernie book. And
Yeah.
he's like, well, that was useless. He's going to go whatever the fastest way out is, basically.
Sure.
out
So
of this
you can go
round,
south, or they're equidistant, so you can go south or north around this thing.
He will probably go back the way he came.
Okay, so on the north side, yeah. And you dashing or
Or normal walking.
normal walking?
He
Okay.
can't
I will
really-
note your breath. You are struggling for breath at the moment.
Okay. He can't really afford to do anything else.
No worries. No worries.
He's hoping that he's going to find an ape that'll carry him out.
Both arms.
Okay. Goodness me, so many things happening. Right. After Felix, we're here. That's fine. And then we're here. Atlantrix is going to cast Cure Wounds on you. Which is going to give you 12
I don't need it.
hit points.
I would have been safe. But it's alright, I'll take them.
12 hit points.
Zolan says that.
I didn't need your help.
I don't need this help.
I'm under control.
I never asked for your help.
12 points.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you, milady. I am grateful. I was having a bad dream.
Plus 3 to achieve.
I was having a bad dream.
So she cast another Cure Wounds.
Another?
I know, because the first one she did on Felix
Oh, I was
earlier.
going to say.
She,
That one lit it.
and then she is going to run away from you to the east towards that inner sanctum room. Okay, so I will note, Zolan,
Yes?
you've woken up from the brink of death,
Yes.
and you're still quite sore,
Ooh.
having just been impaled.
Fucking hell.
She closed the wound on your chest.
Much appreciated.
Feeling quite breathy
Oh, yeah.
still.
Cool. How far am I from the room? Because the Landrix has run up. How
From where you are, you've woken up in the arms of an ape.
Yeah.
Elantrix.
The hand of an ape.
Elantrix healing you,
Yeah.
and you're surrounded by Black.
The Landrix has just run the other way, right? She's
She
run off
seems
the
to be
right.
running to the east side, while the ape is carrying you to the west side.
What's sad? Can you put me down?
No.
Please.
If you ask,
I would ask.
well, I'll be like, going that way.
We're going, how breathy am I feeling?
Quite breathy.
Is breathy a good thing or a bad thing? I don't get
Yeah.
that.
Quite short
is
on.
bad. Quite short on
Quite
breath.
short on air.
I thought breathy was a good thing. You feel very breathy.
Very breathy. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna head to the room, but I'm gonna wait here for in turn to see if a Landrix comes back.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I see what you mean.
I still have that book, so I didn't get the book.
Yeah, there's nothing left of it, man. It's gone.
We don't know.
Thorny.
Gotta
The
try.
ape.
I'll just continue where I'm going.
Without Zolan.
Without Zolan.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's alright, thank you. I much appreciate you
What direction are you going?
picking me up.
I remember.
Down. Just down the
Fumbling
stairwell.
around in a
That's all.
smoky room.
Are you dashing or walking?
Yeah, I can afford a dash.
Yep. Go for it.
Dashing through the snow.
10.
5 fire damage.
Ooh.
When you get to the bottom of the stairs on the second level, are you going round the south side or the north side? As you get to the south, actually, you notice Silden almost immediately in front of you. Sort of going to the south side. So you
Boy,
you could align with him quite easily if you wanted.
yeah.
Okay. We're at Silden.
Damn that guy. Where the hell is he?
You're feeling very short on oxygen. You're feeling quite short on oxygen.
I have no oxygen supply, so.
And Silden, you're feeling quite short on oxygen. Thornoy, you're feeling quite short on oxygen. So lack of oxygen generally is the theme.
My rope is somewhere in this near vicinity, isn't it?
Yeah, you can probably stumble on it where
Cool.
you are. Yeah,
I'm presuming there's a banister leading down.
there is.
Yeah, I'm going to tie one end of the banister off.
Okay, so there's like bookcases and things. You can probably find a way to jab the knife in.
No, I wouldn't jam it on. I'll just tie it off on the banister, right? The banister again.
It's like a solid. It's actually like a solid
That's not good.
brick.
Cool.
Sort of
I'll use
stone
a
banister.
piton then and a hammer.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
not an idiot.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Throw it over the side.
Yeah.
Estimating how far the drop is?
About 15 feet, something like that,
Oh, cool. So it's not that far
from
actually.
the top of the banister. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So it's not actually that far, but it'll probably be quicker to vault down this way. He's probably gonna shout out. There's a rope at the bottom of the stairs. Get out.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
And yeah, he's just gonna use it to abseil down.
Yep. Yeah, if you give me an athletics roll just to try and go down the rope.
Thinking about doing something else. It's a bit of a dumb move. Can I give you an acrobatics roll instead? My athletics isn't very good. 15 feet. It's pretty high actually, isn't it? I'm trying to think what that'd be in damage terms. Go on then, I'll do an athletics roll.
Mhm.
It's only a 5.
Yep. That's a
It's
4.
falling damage every 10 foot, right?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
falling.
Before I hit the ground,
Yeah.
I'm going to take an action
Yeah.
and rummage around to cast levitate on myself.
Okay.
What are you rummaging in?
It's like a Iron Man like that.
Yeah. Fine. Felix.
Cool. He's heard Sildon.
Oh, do you want me to roll I'm using my breath roll because of the shout out?
No, it's fine.
He's heard Sildon. He knows he's short on breath. He's going to make a run for it down the stairs. I'll take the dash action and any damage involved. Oh, look, I rolled terribly. I actually get disadvantage on these, right? Yeah. Yeah?
I don't know. It's abilities. Ability checks
It's abilities,
and-
not saves.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's only 1 plus 4, so it's 5, so he's going to take damage.
And I think that's 2 damage. I think your poison is expired now after this turn.
Awesome.
Cool.
Where does that get him?
You are down the bottom of the stairs on that middle level,
Yeah.
just about where the rope's been positioned.
Can you see the range? The edge of his vision?
Yeah, just about. So you come to the big monkey,
Mm-hmm.
the ape,
The big monkey.
and the rope, and then Sildon's just jumped down.
Get your hands
Oh,
off me,
awesome.
you
Well, in
damn
fact,
dirty.
he's probably going to ape Thorinir, like with one still holding onto the sword, but he's going to signal for a lift.
Cool. Yeah. Carry up.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little baby carrier.
Yeah.
Cool.
If possible.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. It's that one. And
My boy just stands right in front of me, flat.
Does it?
Zolan?
Has the Lantrix returned from the stairs?
No.
Don't be a damn hero.
He's not taking damage yet from his lack of wind, so he's got. I feel like I've got plenty in the tank.
It's a steep.
Until
it's a
it's,
steep
I don't know how.
curve,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
expecting this to start ticking. 1,
Yeah.
2, blah. How far am I to from this room? Am I one? Am I one of my movements, and I'm at the entrance to this small circular room?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to use. I'm gonna use
So you
my
get back
movement.
to that
Yeah,
room.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna double check because she's.
So as you get 15 feet,
Yeah.
you come across her on the south side,
Oh, yeah, great. She's leaving.
and she looks like she's running this way. Yeah, back
Oh
towards you.
no, she hasn't got a book. She's accepted. It's gonna burn. Oh, I'm turning around and running then.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
We're rabbiting.
Yeah.
So running, so you get sort of the top of that staircase, a little way down. Give me
Don't know
a
what,
deck save,
what that
please.
staircase is. Well, I
The
hope
top
it's
staircase,
a
the
good
top
staircase.
On the top floor.
Oh, it's going to be damage. Wrong with some damage. It's definitely going to be damage.
Okay.
So yeah. I've got this.
3 fire damage.
Sweet.
Okay. Your breath actually, your breath isn't as bad as the others. I missed that your constitution's 1 better than theirs, so you are in a better lung capacity position than most.
Come on!
He likes his pipe.
It's all hype smoking, it's really, yeah.
Thorinir.
You're used to it.
I've just seen a little dog, right?
Yep.
I'm going
Who's
to move towards and grab.
Sure. So you can do so. Yeah, it's right next to you, and then you saw Sildon put the rope over the side and jump over the edge, just where you are.
Fall over the
Fall
edge.
over the edge.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 30 feet of climb. Can I just
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
ignore the
Yeah,
rope?
no
I might,
problem.
for fear of breaking it, and then
Yeah.
no one else might get it.
Yeah. So you can climb and then sort of lower yourself down with grace and ease onto the lower floor, and you carry Felix with you and get him safely down onto that ground floor next to Sildon.
Yeah.
Okay, is that everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well clutched in my hand.
We're at another round. Sildon.
The off chance nobody else has seen it, he's going to dispel levitation and thump 5 feet to the ground.
No problem. Yeah.
Then he's going to run to the door. I think we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
He'll backtrack back to the door without being engulfed in flames.
No problem. Yeah.
He also
So are
knows he
what,
can breathe at the
walking
bottom
or
of the
running?
stairs. So whichever's closer.
You're in the central room at this point.
Cool.
Sorry, the tower room. Yeah.
Yeah. So is the stairs closer or the front door?
The stairs.
Because I took a breath down there when I killed that guy.
Yeah, it's the same place. The front door is the stairs. Yeah,
Oh, is
same
it?
place.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies. In which case, yeah, I'm dashing back there.
Dashing. Okay.
Yeah,
Give me
let's
that
do it.
save, please.
Give me that save. Give me that for free. Where am I going? No. 17. I can keep rolling that all night.
17.
Good roll.
You've
Been good.
Good roll.
yeah, you're fine there.
Certainly got A.
We're at.
D&D Beyond.
You are into the alcove, by the way, near the main entrance where the statues are. You're moments away from the entrance, where you are. We're at Felix.
Sweet.
Lungs are burning at this point.
Yeah, he's does he? How fast your movement speed?
I just think maybe I can throw you.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I've got a ranged attack 25 to 50 feet, which is throw a rock. A dog like
Throw
a rock.
you out.
if the ape is going to motion for that, he'll hold on
I'm
for
a few turns away though.
Still don't catch him, like Hail Mary pass.
it. No, I think he's going to hold on. He's going to hold on to the ape train.
So you're staying where you are.
Well, he's currently being held up in the air by an ape, so it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He is slower moving with you.
Okay. Well, in which case, he's just gonna shake it off, drop off the ape, and then he's gonna dash for the door and through the door into safety.
Go for it.
Can I roll the ducky dice?
And keep rolling. Ducky dice. The ducky dice will see the destiny.
Oh my
Oh, 20.
Ducky dice!
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you easily navigate it, dodge it. You're right next to Silden. Your lungs
weight of
are
ducky dice.
on fire, though. Absolutely on fire.
That was just a dash, right? Yeah.
You are about to run out of breath.
Oh, in which case, he will use his dog agility. When you move on your turn in combat, we're still in turn order, right? You can double your speed until the end of the turn, as long as you don't move for the next for one turn afterwards. You can use it again. So yeah, he'll.
Is that once per day or once per combat, wasn't it?
No, it's not once per combat. It's like
Just means
as
you
long
can't
as you
move.
Oh,
don't
it's not.
move
I remember.
on another turn, then you can use it again. So yeah, it's like you'll go for the dog run.
So with your full run,
Yeah.
which is an extra 30 foot in effect, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. You can get out. You are on the final turn of
Outside.
your breath. You're about to fall,
Oh,
and you get to the point where you exit the door
Yeah.
in cinematic style, and take that breath. As you do so, you are you're still inhaling smoke. You're sort of at the edges of the room, but there is enough oxygen in there to keep you from falling unconscious.
You know when dogs get grass down their throat and they're like hacking it? That's what it's doing.
Yeah. So yeah, it was dramatic. You overtook Silden, and Silden's obviously fast normally, but you bound past him
Take that.
on the limits of what you could do. Let me just check what round one.
is Zolan still all the way up the top?
Not all the way.
Okay, how long are you in 8 for?
I can be in there for
Like an hour, isn't it, or something?
the total time is 2 hours.
The true question is how long has he been in human form?
Yeah, no problem. Are you all heading directly out?
Yeah.
Or is anyone not heading directly out?
No.
Yeah. You all just have enough lung capacity to get out, but there are some seriously touch and go.
What would have happened when you just said you were one turn from dropping? Were you literally going to make him unconscious?
You would
Or
have choked. No, you would choke for a number of turns
Oh.
equal to your con modifier, and then die.
Oh, I days then.
Yeah.
I thought we could push it next time.
There is enough to get
go-
out.
go
Felix
back
was the
up.
closest.
Yeah, I turn around.
Thorinir would be down if you weren't in 8 form. You would have been down if you hadn't taken that breath and made that extra burst there. The rest, Elandrix would have been down if she hadn't gone out to take a breath. The rest, you will just have enough turns to get out at normal speed.
It's got a lot
so-
of lung capacity for a little lad,
yeah,
I guess.
you have got out. You will just get to the edges, exhausted, panting, breathless, sweating. You fall at that main gate, sort of like a marathon, like marathon runners at the end of the race, on the ground, just lying probably flat on the floor all for a moment, realising quite how close you had been.
That's a fucking failed mission, wasn't it?
And now we're in the same position we were at the start of the episode.
Felix is just like, yeah, he is an absolute mess on his back. And I assume Elandrix is with us as well. He's just like, Elandrix, what the hell is a star engine?
And on that note, we will say good night, everybody. Thank you very much, anyone who's watched us this evening. Thank you very much, players. I've had a lovely evening. I hope you all have also. And we will see you again next week. Until then, we have been...
Hello, boys. Pink lemonade?
Mom!